Oh my God. So when we left people last time, everybody was doing the equivalent of a Scooby-Doo dance, going in and out of classrooms in the middle of the night in teams. And man, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with what David was up to during this time. What was David doing after they broke up from that first meeting earlier in the day? Everyone was sending their telepathic communications through you, like a human telephone pole. But
hmm
what were you up to?
I was being a good student. I was trying to take my studies a little bit more serious. I also had kind of was like, this newspaper thing is a great idea. In a selfish way for us because it gives us the opportunity to get up and leave or be here at the school or do whatever we need to do. So I don't want that to go away. So so Derek decided, well, everybody else is doing research on what's going on. I am actually going to do research on and writing newspaper articles. So he's just buckling down and getting that stuff done. And he's here in the school, kind of bouncing the from the club room to the library to this spot to that spot, and just kind of going around getting stuff done.
Okay, so to make continuity correct, you were basically wandering in and out of the club room, but because you looked busy, no one really acknowledged you. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically the only way I could play it, is that you were going in and out of the room, you didn't talk to really anybody, you'd just shuffle a couple of books under your arms, and you'd
Well,
wander out, and you'd come back to the
I
room.
was kind of thinking of it from the point of view of like I know exactly where they are, and I can make it so that they don't know where I am. So they're leaving the room and going this way, and I come around the corner and I go into the room, and I know that they're coming
He's like
back, and
purposely
so
avoiding you guys. That's funny. He's
purposely
cloaking
avoiding,
himself from
purposely
your.
avoiding. Yeah. So
Okay,
again, creates that continuity, but it
that's
also
fine.
plays into what he was trying to do, and but also being there. Like if anything really bad happened, he's at least there to deal with it.
Okay.
So he knows that Claire is in a little bit of trouble right now. So he's probably moving in that direction to help
Well,
her deal with the guard.
so let's play it off where you basically bouncing between the library, the club room, and various places where you can get information. And you go back to the club room. You start
Mm-hmm.
opening up books. You have to turn the lights on because it's getting late at night, but you don't try to put too many lights on, or else everyone will know you're there. You put like a
Mm-hmm.
lamp on. You're studying studiously and you're taking notes. And the one of the loudest screams you've ever heard comes from like you almost hear it across the building. It's like fainter because it's on the other side of the school, but you can hear in the background. You know who that scream belongs to.
Yeah, I
In
can,
your
I
mind,
can,
you can feel it too. You're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
ah, and all the
yeah.
dimensions are crossing, and she's seeing herself. You're like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I will start you out. Is that you are now in the club room with your pile of books, and I suppose you're going to head out into the hallway um,
Yep. Gonna start
after Claire.
moving.
Okay.
Yep. Gonna start moving toward where Claire is.
Okay. I guess we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll do Alex last. That'll be weird, but sure. All right, Eddie. Meanwhile, I feel like this is a good cutscene. So you're going that way, heading over. Eddie and Lewis are you guys are still in the hallway after
Yeah, we
uh,
just came out of a
just came out
locker,
of a locker, basically, just closed it behind yourself,
and I just doubled over because I'm feeling disconnected. Like,
disconnected with the
I,
universe.
yeah, I can see, like what Claire sees is all is this, like, time is this coming in and out, and it's just coming back together, and I just double over, because it's overwhelming. Absolutely, and Eddie has a pyrophobia, so the idea of this all this like infinite universe is just like sickening to
Lewis just looks
him.
at you. Are you gonna be all right, man? Are you okay? Just like trying to stabilize you. He does care about people. He's just kind of weird
Yeah.
about it. He's not sure if he should grab your shoulders because he's awkward, right? It's like, come on, man. It's all right. It's gonna be all right.
Library. We need to get to the library. uh, Lewis,
You look like you need to go home. He looks at you 'cause you look sick. But all
library.
right, all right, all right. Um, yeah, that would make sense. He like awkwardly puts his like arm under you, like to help carry you, and you realize that Lewis is stronger than he looks. It's
Yeah.
and then he kind of like pushes you down the hallway towards the library.
Yeah, I'm just like still kind of out of it.
Okay. Um, all right, so you're gonna head towards the library. You're heading towards the library. Uh, let's go do Dean. Okay, this is where the weird, awkward part happens. So, Dean, let me explain where you are right now. You are enveloped in Claire's shadow creature of tendrils at this point. A big, burly guard. He's been described bear-like. It has a little badge. His name is Hugh, and Hugh is looking at this thing in front of him, and is like freaking out and pulling the microphone, like his headset, not headset, sorry, walkie-talkie. He's walking back with his walkie-talkie, and being like, you hear him like clicking it on, like he's like changing nervously changing the channel and clicking it on. What is your reaction? Claire seems like you're not getting a read on Claire. I think she just went into like fear mode. She's in confrontation. She's got her powers have gone wanky. She's got like tendrils and stuff. So like I feel like she's just not there right now. She's not present. So what is your plan?
He sees us.
Yeah, he definitely sees you because he puts his flashlight like in your direction and is like backing up with his walkie-talkie.
And I'm enveloped in
right. You're hidden from sight, sort of, by her mass. Basically, you're covered in her shadow. Guan, you don't know where he's went. He's just flowed the coop. He's gone. He's left. Reminder, I'm playing this as a quick action, so if you don't give me a response in like 10 or 15 seconds, he's probably going to like hit the microphone and say something.
You don't want to do that. I promise you what would happen if you do that is...
You want to try convince? This sounds like a convince.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You're going to be at a -1, at least. I'm being generous. You're at a -1 because all of this is happening right now.
Okay. All right. I rolled a 7, so...
I think that's a fail. I think a 6 or... Let me check my chart to make absolutely sure, but I'm pretty sure a 6
I think that is a fail. I think that is a fail.
6 or less. Okay. We have a problem in the East Wing. Can we get some more backup in the East Wing? He says easily says it to the microphone.
Claire, if you can hear me, please can't let this happen.
Can't let this happen. Okay, the only thing that you could probably do is direct her to like basically leave, which is what I assume you're trying to do. You're just gonna run away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Claire, we have to get out of here. We can't stay. It's not safe for us.
Okay. Eddie now swings around the corner as a shadowy creature of tendrils goes down the hallway. A guard is basically like standing lit by his torch, like in the doorway, like calling in a message to his boss.
Did I see Guan at all?
Guan, let me think about. This is where my map in my head gets a little painful. No, you did not. He probably fleed out an exit on the other end. So the exits are at the end of the wings. So if he came out of the library, he would have just shot out the fire exit on the other end.
Yeah.
But you do see like a clear shadow monster thing leave start leaving.
Yeah. Claire. I know.
You just like yell out to her.
Yeah. See if she responds at all.
She's like moving like along the wall and like you just tendril. It's just like so creepy. Like she's just like
can I sense anything from Claire? Is she just
It
gone?
seems like Claire. No, she's not. She's just not like a vegetable or something. But like she's just in fear mode, and so she's just like leaving. She had a shock earlier, and then this other guard shocked her again, and so she's like, "Nah, I'm out." So she's like just retreating out the door. She hasn't reached it yet, but she's basically she's still ahead of you because she left the library and started proceeding down the hallway, but like she isn't out at the fire exit yet. She's just kind of like retreating along the wall because she could kind of hide in the shadow of the wall, I guess would be her thoughts, and travel along the wall.
Yeah, I guess I'll place myself between the guard and Claire.
Okay. You have gained composure enough that you could move at your. It depends if you're switching forms or not. If you are moving at your regular rate, it might be hard to move between the two because she's already proceeding down the hallway.
Okay. I'll just do my best.
All right, so you're gonna get in front of the guard, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The guard is basically like the thing is leaving, it's retreating, and he's kind of like mid sentence when you come around when you go past him. What do you have any reactions with Hugh? He's busy like basically telling like his boss that there are people in the school.
Yeah. I know. No, I have no idea how to respond to this situation.
That's fair. You could have I have no idea what to do here. That is part of role playing. Um, you could try and convince again, but again, I think you're going to be at even a lower penalty because now he's not been convinced, and now another person is telling him to be quiet. That it would be a supremely cool critical though if you did succeed. It's all right. Everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't even know how I could begin to explain the situation to him. So,
Fair. So you just chase Claire.
yeah, I just chase Claire. I don't
All
want
right.
I don't want anything bad to happen to Claire.
All right. It seems like this is kind of messed up. So you can't run fast enough to really catch up completely with Claire. He Lewis sees that you can't catch up to Claire, because he's seeing you as you. You're not in like your heroic form, like running. So he's like, okay, he's not being able to catch up with Claire. Oh, this is so messed up. He runs up behind you, grabs you, like kind of puts you on his like shoulders because he thinks it's funny to do it that way, and is like running down the hallway. But the way he's running is like,
Oh,
he's
whoa.
like, like full like Fido run, like
Yeah, you know
flat out
what?
run.
Hugh is just gonna be a little confused
This is
today.
what the fuck is going on in my life? He's gonna check his life choices. He look. Lewis saw the situation. He sees that everyone needs to leave. You can't catch up with Claire, so this seemed like the best plan he could come up with. So, all right. All right. Finally, David's character crosses into the end of the hallway because it's basically a big U. And at the far end of the hallway, you see a whole circus. You see Lewis on all fours and Eddie kind of being like carried. You see a shadow creature rushing towards the exit, and you see a guard kind of poking his head out from the doorway, being like, "We have a problem here. We really need some backup here." And that's where your scene starts.
Um, are they running towards me or are they all moving
No,
away from me?
because it's a big U shape. So you basically
Huh?
came in at the end of the corridor. It might be faster to go out the fire exit behind you rather than to go forward. But if you wanted to leave, they're at the far end though. They went past the
Okay.
library and just straight up ran.
So again, everybody's moving away from me, including the guard.
The guard isn't
That's,
moving away from you.
but facing
He
away
is
from
not
me.
facing you. He is facing the
Yeah.
circus that is in front of him. Good or bad, that is what he's doing.
So I'm going to use my wish ability to call a radio into my hand that
Oh.
matches the radio that he has.
All right. Let's see. His exact his frequency. Okay, no. This works. Go ahead, roll it.
Yep. I haven't even pulled up my character sheet because I've been being a dad.
No, that's fine. Just
I
let
can
me know
hold
when
on.
you're ready.
Yep.
Okay, well,
Yep. I know I have a
I have time to take in that whole circus
I have a
circus
+2
feel.
on
That's
on
occurring.
that. So, and I can always re-roll it if I absolutely have to. But I'm not going to have to because that's an 8 plus 2, so that's a 10. And so I think with a 10, that's like a hard success, right?
Yep.
Or however you want to call that. So I've got the radio and I've got it set to the frequency I need. So as he's calling, I'm the one answering. And
Right,
so,
right, okay.
uh,
Now, and I
uh,
could go ahead. Sorry.
is this Hugh? So like I
Yeah.
kind of like turn away and like maybe step back down the hall, so I'm like speaking away from him.
Okay.
Is this Hugh?
What happened to the?
Hugh?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. What's going on?
There's multiple people here, and something I could only describe as a massive shadows leaving the school grounds.
Okay, all right. Um,
Who are
uh,
you?
this is I'm standing in tonight.
You
Somebody
better
called
roll
out.
convince. You
Uh,
better roll convince on this, buddy.
no idea what my conference is.
Probably not
Hold on.
great.
Probably not great. What
This
is
is
it? Persona? Is that plus persona?
I think so. Yeah. Let me
Yes,
check.
I have at least a plus one. At
This is
least.
we're getting so many convinces in.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right. Emotional. Emotional.
Oh, emotional. I
Yep.
might still have a plus one. Hold on. I gotta get through all my phone nonsense. Where is there? It
Well, okay.
is here. No, it's a zero.
You roll.
I don't think I have anything
Okay.
I can add.
You don't have any PowerPoints yet. We reset those at the beginning. So.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, he does not believe me. That's a two. And I rolled double one.
Chip, Chip, did they get you, Chip, Chip? So it's like,
So I'm
no,
I'm
Chip.
just gonna push. I'm just gonna push through and be like, look, Hugh. I get it. Like you don't know me, but
What have you
we've
done with Chip?
we've we've had some. No, look, we've had some really crazy stuff going on tonight. You need to just get out of there right now. Just you need to get out of that school. And we are. I'm calling 911 right now.
Okay,
And I'm gonna get some of the
I
authorities
will,
there.
if you want, and this will be your only other chance. You could
Mhm.
try and do a convince, but it'll be at a -1. However, if you fail it, he will freak. He is already shaken. Like he's already like,
Yeah.
oh, where'd my boss go? Where'd my boss
He's a
back?
little. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I was looking at an old sheet. I actually have a plus one, but that doesn't matter. Um,
He's
so
from two. Snake
convince.
Eyes is like him. Like,
No,
did he
no,
kill him? Did he kill
I'm
my
just telling
boss?
you.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you that I actually had a three.
Okay.
But just so that when I tell you, anyway.
No, no, I get
Um,
you.
so I need to roll. So I have a -1. So basically, it's nullified. So I need to roll a seven right now to
Right,
even.
because he is just freaking out. So he thinks his
Uh-huh.
boss has been captured somewhere. You need to
Hmm.
convince him and get him to stand down, and he's already shaken.
Hmm. Hmm. Nope. Nope. It's a four. It's a double
Okay.
two. I went from double ones to double twos.
He
Yeah, I know. Right there.
okay.
Yeah.
You think he draws a weapon and proceeds out into the hallway?
Um. Hugh, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? I need you to stay with
Get
me. I
off the
know. I
line, you
know things.
imposter.
I know. I know things are weird right now, but I need you to stay with me.
He
Okay.
hits. He used, and the smartest thing you'll ever see Hugh probably do. He picks up his walkie-talkie and he hits the beep button on it. He goes like
Okay.
this, like he presses it down hard, and your beep goes off.
Okay.
Beep. And he looks down the hallway at you.
Uh, uh, well, I'm around the hall. I'm around the corner, but he can still hear it. Sure.
He still hears the beep, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm running.
Which way you running out the back exit? Like the one behind
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Whatever is closest.
Okay, so Claire and Dean have left. Guan left earlier. Eddie and Lewis have left. You have left. And now, as is tradition, oh hey Alex, how's it going? uh, how's it going,
Hello.
buddy? Good, good.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the usual of cutting the dramatic tension by doing the non-dramatic tension scene again.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, this is trying to fix something for Christina before she left.
That's fine, man. Things happen. People are shopping, people are working with their kids. It happens, man. Life is like that.
Right. So what's going on?
Um, a three-ring circus is occurring in one hallway of the school, basically. Um, but unfortunately, this happens after some of the stuff that is going to happen to you. So, last time when we left your character, you had stolen a evil object and shoved it in your bag, and that was the last I heard of what your character had done.
That's where I'm remembering things being as well.
Okay. Well, all I need to know is after you've acquired the object, where did you go until that evening? That's it. It's pretty simple, actually.
So, if I remember correctly, the rest of the team were going to someone's house.
Nope. Well, yes, they were planning on doing that too, but mostly they decided on they needed to investigate different things within the school. So they needed to investigate the
Yeah, but
wonders and do things like that.
right, but that was later at night, right?
Right, but because you're
Like,
mentally connected through David's character, you would know that they basically spent that time
oh,
instead
that's
hanging
right.
out in the club room.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. They were in the club room hanging out. That's right. Um, okay, so I have a magic artifact.
You do.
I need to, and I think I'm with Eddie, right?
Nope, you are with Nick.
Nick. Sorry.
That's fine.
It's been a while.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, we do be needing to stash the evil mirror artifact somewhere,
Okay.
or perhaps figure out what to do with it. Um, I mean, a one thing that I was thinking is just taking it to the bookstore.
I actually had that in my notes of ideas of what you could do with it. Yeah, you could put it in a place where he can't get it, or they can't get it, because it'll be somewhere else. That's a possibility.
Wait a second. Uh, well, first of all,
Hmm.
I'm not really a character that knows too much about magic and or mysticism and
Got you.
or the occult. I'm more logic filled, if anything.
Sure. Okay. Logic.
Yeah, I'm
Science Phil.
I've a big science brain. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not really one to really touch the spooky evil mirror.
Fair.
Uh, I feel like I guess David is probably the most magic-y person, and
Okay.
or Claire.
Got you.
Yeah, I think they're like the magic people. Um,
Sure.
I don't think we know anyone else who is like super magic other than Zanzibar.
Right.
Like we don't really have. I definitely don't want to keep it in the school anywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess, well, first of all, I mean, obviously, I think I would let everyone know through the
Right. No, that makes sense.
through the magic telephone about the discovery.
All right.
After which, I think, unless anyone has ideas, since we're all connected, I think you guys can tell me your ideas about what to do with it. I think I would take it to Zanzibar, and I'm actually thinking to see if he would let me put it into the void, the, the training void, since then it'll be outside the environment.
It'll be outside wherever that is. Yeah, it'll be
Right,
somewhere.
right. Yeah. We'll tow it outside the environment.
Okay. Uh,
Um.
sure.
So and then I'm guessing if there's any sort of connection, which again I don't really have any. Well, you know what? Okay, so start for starters.
Yeah.
We get out of school.
Right. You
Uh,
with Nick trailing behind. Yep.
yes. So I think David said that he has like a basement.
I mean, yeah,
Wh-
he lives basically in like a basement area. At least, was that what you said before? Is like you basically live in a basement?
Uh, I
Let's say yes.
remember. Yeah, so I remember him mentioning a basement. And since he would also know stuff about magic, that would probably be the first place I would go.
Okay. So let me think about how this would work. David spent most of his time out of character. Spent most of his time working on research stuff at the school and things. So if you go to David's house, which you could totally do, he will find out from his parents that he is not home.
Though, yeah, I mean, hmm. I'm just trying to find somewhere the distant enough from the school that is
It's
both a
it's
secure location and, you know,
Right.
is
it's
distant enough.
Derek. My name's Derek.
Oh yeah, right. Shit, right. Sorry, Derek.
Well, it says David in the Zoom, so and
I'm not gonna lie, I have done that. So that
yeah, it's hard it's
fair
hard to
play.
keep track of all these names, you know. Um, but yeah, so okay, so I mean Zanzibar seems reasonable, but I feel like we might want to examine the mirror first before we hand it over to
Okay.
Mr.
Then you
Zanzi.
then you just have to find some place to stash it that probably doesn't involve most of the other players because they're busy running around doing their own things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Definitely don't want to stash it in the sewers. And
That would be on the worst list. Yes.
do I know a place that is high up? Is there a place that is like a tower or like a tree house?
What about my private bathroom?
It's in the school.
Aren't
You
aren't
mean
we at the school?
yes, but I don't want to I don't want to keep it anywhere in the school since I would. You know what? Actually, well, let's do this. I'll get away from the school just far enough so I can like actually inspect the mirror, and I'll do some
Ooh.
uh figuring out the truth.
Okay. So here's a few things. One, you're going to inspect the mirror, so you're going to take it out of the bag to look at it, right?
I'm gonna slide it out of the bag without looking inside the mirror, but the back of it.
Okay. So I'll for fair, I won't make you roll for taking it out of the bag. So you're sliding it away from you. But to actually inspect it, you're probably gonna have to like look at just more than one side of it.
Well, you know what? I'll start by looking in the back to see if there's any like words written on the back, or if there's a secret letter hidden somewhere. I don't know,
All
or
right.
even just examining not the upholstery, the wooden frame.
Sure. Sure. You're gonna do your roll on that. So do your figuring out roll. Let me see where that possible name escapes me at the moment.
Yeah, something glimpse the truth.
Glimpse the truth. Glimpse the truth. There we go.
Yes, yes, yes. I shall glimpse the shit out of this truth.
And roll it.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. That's a 8, and I think I have a +2. I just gotta
Okay.
open my thing.
Sure. What do you want to know about this thing?
So I mean, I'll check out the back of it, so that like I said, the frame to see if there's any like carvings, or I can tell the year and make and model of this thing.
Okay. It seems, I mean, it's old. It's like, we're talking like 1500s old. Like old mirror.
Uh-huh.
It's got some sort of writing that you have never seen before. Looks vaguely Latin, but all like the sounds are wrong and written. Like even if you knew Latin, you would have problems reading whatever that is. And it's basically got like a grayish lacquer on the back of it to preserve the wood, and like a hard, probably oak or heavy wood handle.
Where's the handle?
Well, it's like
Oh,
it's a hand mirror, so to extend like down
oh,
from the top of
okay.
it.
So I thought it was bigger than that. So
No,
it's
no,
a
it is
hand.
not. It is not a Disney magic mirror. It is more like an oversized hand mirror.
Gotcha, gotcha. So it has a hand, like yeah, it has a handle. So like anything special, or any other than the Latin, like what kind of wood is it,
It
or
looks
metal,
to be like metal. Okay.
or I don't know what is it?
The wood is definitely like some sort of like hard oak, but like it's really old. They must have used some sort of like heavy duty lacquer to prevent
Ah,
it from like rotting.
gotcha. Yeah, so it's an old, very old mirror. Got it.
Yep.
Um, hmm. Can can I sense any like aura? if you will,
Um,
emanating from it.
sense any aura emanating from it. You knew that when you picked it up. I'll give you this one though. Technically, Glimpse of the Truth is kind of not used for that, but it is dangerous. So okay.
I can roll a mystical or something.
No, well, that's for something else. We'll worry about that in a second. The most does it have an evil aura? Absolutely. This thing feels terrible. Like even facing away from you.
Ah, maybe I should have Nick look into it.
Nick would rather not.
But no, I jape.
Actually, Nick, when you pull that thing out of the bag, is actually giving you distance.
Gotcha. Okay, so I mean I sense evil, but like, do I like I don't know sense any like? Is there a connect? Can I sense if there's a connection between it and
Okay, you can make a
anything?
mystical roll to try to sense a magical connection between whatever this mirror is and something.
Okay, I rolled a 6 + 1.
Oof, that was real close. Okay. They're definitely. You were around when Claire was transformed by Phidias into a giant, basically into a giant, and this has a very similar feel. The sense you get from this is not something you toy around with. It is dangerous.
Okay, it's just a general like dread of danger.
Right.
Gotcha. Hmm. Okay, well, I guess does anyone want to inspect? Anyone who knows more about magic want to inspect the spooky evil mirror?
They are currently in the midst of other stuff. So you can, like I said, the other players are detained at the moment doing
Yeah.
various things.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll take it. I guess, is there a church
Yes, there is.
in town?
There is a
I'll
church.
I'll take it to the church
All right.
and see if I can go up the bell tower.
You're gonna hide it in the church bell tower. That's not a terrible decision. Let me see if I can find.
I mean, I'll settle just for the church itself,
Okay.
but we'll see if we can we'll see if we can
There
get to the
is
bell tower.
a congregation that has been like it's pretty much well known. So like it's basically like the church in town. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see. I think it's the Congregation of the Second Light, but I'm gonna just double check my notes to make sure.
Sure.
Back alley bookshop. Peacekeeper, Auto Sale Agreement, Beach. Huh, I know. Well, yeah, okay. Oddly enough, oh yeah, Congregation of Second Light. Built in the 1900s, this medium-sized church is mostly attended by well-to-do in Clovenfoot. Okay,
Perfect.
so it's late afternoon. Are you gonna like sneak up there and like just deposit that, or
Well,
how are you approaching this?
I mean, for now I'll just go over there because I'm a science person. I've
Sure.
never go to church, so
All right.
I don't really know the lay of the land, if you will.
Okay, so you approach the Congregation of the Second Light. It is a Thursday. Hmm. Roll me a mystical check for luck, because who knows what the heck is going on in a church on a random Thursday afternoon or late afternoon.
I certainly don't.
I don't.
I rolled a. Is it just like 2d6
Yeah, it's
without
two
anything?
d six. No, it's 2d6 in your mystical, because that's what we've been doing for luck.
Oh, so 7.
Okay. Luckily, it doesn't look like there's a wedding or
Oh, sorry,
something
actually 8. 8
Okay.
actually.
It doesn't look like there's a wedding or any big event going on. It's just the doors open, people just kind of going in and out and doing daily activity.
All right. I mean, I'll walk in, see what's what. I mean, unless there's a like an obvious way to get up to the tower, or yeah, I'll just
Uh,
walk in. Fuck it.
okay,
I'll
you
just
walk in. Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll physical real quick. So,
Physical. Do I stumble?
no, this is something else.
Oof. Not great. Bad. I failed.
Okay. As you cross the threshold into the church, your bag ignites into flames, and and the mirror falls out of your bag. You failed, right? Okay.
Yes.
You are actually on fire. Take 1 harm, and Nick just is like, "What the fuck?" Just looking
Uh,
at you.
All right. Well, I didn't critically fail, so yeah. Um, if that's important, yes, yes, yes. One harm. All right. So can't go into the church with this thing, eh?
It's an evil relic connected to a demon. Probably going into the church with it is going to be hard. At least,
Well, that's why I wanted to go to the church, so it'll be neutral, like at least neutralize the damn thing. Hmm. All right, all right, all right. Well, that leaves me no choice. I'm gonna go to
sure.
Zanzibar's,
Okay.
see if he's
So
around.
between visiting the church and things, that killed more time. So it is now later in
Yep.
the then later at the night. You're not late night, but it's getting towards nightfall. You go to where the back alley bookstore is, and normally you'd think the operating hours would be closed, but for some reason it's actually open, and it's kind of like
Uh,
the lights are on the inside. Oh, nice. He's awake. Oddly enough.
that's what a happy
What a
coincidence.
happy! It's like he knew you were coming. It's
Ah,
crazy.
yes, yes. I shall visit the bookstore.
Oh, hello! He looks at you. Oh, what an interesting thing you brought with you. I assume what'd you do with it after your book bag burned? Like, sorry, after the leather
I mean,
box
I
burned.
assumed that the thing didn't like leave me.
The what?
I'm saying the bag, right? It caught on fire, but I assume it like didn't just like
Oh no,
completely
it
burn.
burst into flame. You got burned, but the bag like detonated.
Ah, I see. Um, well, let's see. I assume I would have like now that I know that the mirror is a little smaller than
Yeah.
I originally thought, but it was a large mirror.
Uh-oh.
Like, I assume I
You're breaking up.
uh,
You're breaking up.
oh sorry, I just walked away from my laptop. I assume I have a mirror, like a backpack with some like the digging supplies and whatnots and
Sure,
the
you've
doodads.
got a sack basically
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
shed.
yeah.
You just
So
gotta
I
shove
mean,
it in the sack.
for now, I'll just shove. I mean, whatever. I'll just shove it in. I don't want to make a scene, man. I'm
Yeah.
just caught on fire in front of the church. It's a
This
little
is the second
suspicious.
fire they've had to deal with in front of the church. I want you to know. This is the second one.
The
You
second
guys,
one.
yeah. Derek burned a car here much earlier in the week.
Oh my God.
He
Um.
set a car on fire in their parking lot apparently. But
I
anyway,
hope.
second
I hope.
fire.
I hope it was some sort of a political statement.
I
Uh.
have no like I know the context of it, but yes, that's what happened. So it's the second fire they've had to deal with.
It was a
All right.
car that I stole when we went to go and deal with Nick, and I stole it from a guy who seemed like a real prick, and then we ended up
Yeah.
finding like drugs and guns and stuff in this really expensive car. And so when I brought it back, I set it on fire. Can I have
Seems
inspiration for remembering all that?
seems kind of mean. I mean, the man was just an individual proprietor providing a value service to the community. But
So anyway, yeah,
so yeah.
he can almost see through the sack. Like he can't know exactly what it is, but he knows. You know that he
Yeah, yeah,
knows.
yeah.
He stares
I'm
at
sure
your
he.
sack.
Yeah, I'm sure he can sense it. Um, right. So, okay, yeah. So she says, "Oh, what a nice things." It's like, well, yeah. I was wondering. Actually, was hoping maybe you can tell me what it is.
Oh well,
I
don't be
don't
shy.
really, yeah, don't really want to, have a strange premonition about this thing, and figured you were an expert in these sort of items.
Well, good news for you. Where we are, that should not be a problem. Feel free to take it out of the bag and put it on the counter.
Um, sure, I'll do that.
Okay.
I will not point it at him.
Okay. You put it on the counter. You do feel like whatever the aura is extremely lessened in this place. And he goes, "Well, there are certain benefits to being cursed." He'll smile and he'll look down at the mirror from the back. Yes, it's written in Infernal. Terrible, terrible language, Infernal. Looks at it.
And
Yes. This is a conduit to Phidias. An ancient and evil device. Can I add it to my collection?
um, well, maybe in how about this? You can, you know how museums, people will lend
Oh,
items to be put on display.
sure,
Uh,
that's fine.
but I do want to reserve the, ability to come and inspect it, maybe or maybe even take it, and so maybe some of my friends would want to look at, give it a look see.
So, as for the use, I'm supposing you want to know the use of it so that I can hold on to it for you. But you want to know what it's for first. He'll say.
Um, yeah. I mean, I brought it here as for safekeeping, obviously.
Sure,
I
sure.
couldn't think of a safer place for
There is no
something
safer place than
so
right
evil.
here.
Yes. Uh, well, do tell. Do pray. What is it for?
Um, well, this mirror allows the user to transfer some of Phidias's power from where he dwells into a host subject. Um, there is some enchantment and contractual things that need to be done, but this allows you to transmogrify a human being.
Trans. What now?
To alter them like you can be altered, except not. It's using dark magic and infernal power rather than the fragment of a great white wizard.
Well, one day I would want to know more about this great white wizard.
He
Maybe I can
gets
meet.
when you say he gets a little emotional when you say that. He goes, "Ha, wouldn't we all?" or something like that, and just sighs for a second. But that
Um,
is a very long story.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure you would want to go home. It's late. Close up shop.
I am home. I can close
Uh,
up shop. Yes, absolutely.
well, I guess you'd want to, do whatever it is you do after work.
He almost has a confused expression. I mean, work comes in, work comes out. It is a constant thing.
Of course, I understand, obviously. Um, well, yes. So transmog the trans.
Shall I boil it down a bit? Or I could pass on the knowledge like I did before to you.
Pass me the
I could,
knowledge, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. Last time,
How about
I
how about both? ¿Por qué no los dos?
sure you want it. You want the trip twice. Okay. Uh, he goes. We'll tell you in simple terms first. He'll say it allows. So you want to know what transmogrification was, or that was the term?
Well, both. Give me a glossary and the summary.
Okay. It basically he's trying to boil it down. You could take a moment to like, okay, Phidias has a contract with the greater evil. The greater evil uses him as a conduit to feed his power, and then he passes that power of those things sealed behind the gate to alter humans in such a way that they can help release his master. That say that's about as simple as he could boil it down.
Simpler. I'm just kidding. I think I got them just a bit.
Oh,
Um,
he'll just go, Fiddy is bad. He'll just flip a page.
um, well, and these humans. So
They would
whatever
be
happens to them.
they would be marked by his minion by you, and they would be changed through his power. So his minion would
Changed.
be his minion would target people they thought would be useful, and then he would enter into contracts with them so that they could be changed.
Well, I get that, but changed. Like, do they become a mouse or do they?
Nick is standing behind you. He just looks over and goes, like I was. They were changed like I was. Just in so much a dry manner. like like I'm becoming like a tree demon, basically.
What about rats?
Um Phidias does have a connection to the rat things, as you call them. Because they have been marked as one of the infernal races. And so they were always sort of in league with him.
So yeah, because I just maybe so you don't have to talk down at me so much. I did find this in the school. in the Rat Queen's study.
Ah, so he does have a minion. Um, so yeah, that would make sense. And he'll say, since they are connected in that way.
All right, and the mark that how do we see the mark? Is it
What do you mean?
invisible?
Which mark?
Like, so let's say I have some info on potentially, people who are potentially trans modified. Uh,
Transmogrification targets, you mean? Let's look at you. What?
yes, yes, that's right. Yes, what you said.
Okay, so he will. Do you have those files with you?
We wrote down if I remember correctly, out of character. What we did is I wrote down the names,
Okay.
and
Um,
then I stole a page out of like one of the files. I stole like the page,
sure.
like one backwards. I
I
stole a page
want you
out of.
to roll one more mystical check, basically for luck, to see if you stole a proper page, and then we will move on from
Uh,
there.
I think might have stole like I'll have to. I think I might have stolen like the front page of one of the profiles, like as in
Right,
like
exactly.
or
So
maybe the whole
this is going
profile.
to come down to straight up
Mm,
luck because you literally just reached into the drawer. We're like that one. She won't notice.
mm, well, like
Yeah.
I flipped through them and stole the profile, like the page that would like I did look at what I was stealing.
Okay.
It was like a profile page.
Okay.
But sure, I got a 7 + 1.
Okay. So you take out the list of the names, right? Because you wrote them
Yes.
down, you scribbled them
Yep.
down,
Yep.
and it seems like you go, okay, Nicholas D. Wolfwood, and you cross it through, and you go down each of the names. Like it's all the people that you've had to deal with, basically.
Uh-huh.
And the one name, there's like a name, but it's funny because you get to the the part where the name should be, and like it just has let me write this down properly.
Like fuzzy characters or something.
No, they have no last name. They just
Ah.
have a series of like numbers.
Ooh, spooky.
Um, so the number you get on there is that when you're expecting letters, you get all normal names, and you get down to that last one, and it's like 0004.
I wonder what that means. Does that mean anything to me?
No, you have no idea what that means. It is an unusual thing to have an actual list of names, and then the one name that you can't account for that you haven't met being a series of numbers.
Um, uh, I'm gonna show that to Zanzibar. See if he can make head or tails.
Huh. This person, uh, I wouldn't be equivalent to call them a person anymore. Let me abstract, and he backs himself up. Yes, this person is not considered a person. They have been given a number. So they are not someone who would reside in the school, or maybe they don't reside in the school any longer.
Reside in a school, as in live there.
They're a student. I assume that's what this means, is that these are all active students, and whoever this is not someone within the school.
Outside the environment. Got it. Um. Uh. Okay. And wait. I think at this point, everyone is like there's not every student has been accounted for in terms of like disappearances, right? Like there hasn't been since we brought them back.
Every student that you have been around that has been taken away has been brought back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. There's no like
However,
unaccounted.
however, you do not know if something's happened in the past before you guys arrived on the scene.
Interesting. Um, is has there? I guess I'll ask Zanzibar if he knows. I assume it as working like that. The
Oh, hold on, you're
paper.
breaking up a little bit.
Yes, sir. I'm just pacing around. But yeah, so I assume that as a bookstore, he probably gets the daily paper. I wonder if he's seen any disappearances
Hmm.
or.
Here's the weird part, right? You ask him about magical incantation. You ask him about things local to do business school-related things, he probably doesn't give two craps about. He probably doesn't even research that. That seems probably really boring. He does not know. So good news, he knows about like things related to what he cares about. Doesn't know crap about anything else. So I guess
Right.
he doesn't know about what people's daily lives are.
Gotcha. So wait, I have a name and a number, right? Or
Uh,
just numbers?
you have names for all the people that you've accounted for. Like you're like, I defeated this one, I defeated this one, and then the last one is just a series of digits.
Oh, so there's not even a first name. It's all just numbers.
It's all
Gotcha.
just numbers, as if
Uh,
their name was scrubbed and you just put numbers.
all right, deleted from the database. Uh,
Thumbs up.
okay. Well, I guess is there anything else he can tell me about the mirror? Is our evil deities gonna spring out of there? And
No, not where we are.
how do you have why what is special about this place?
Oh, I don't exist in your reality. The moment you step into the bookstore, you are not on your plane of existence.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about storing it in the training universe.
Oh, I suppose that would also be good. If you store it in a... Oh, he'll smile. Did you want to know up where that place is? In case, he'll smile.
Sure.
Okay. This is great that Eddie is not here for this, okay? Eddie, he looks at Amos and he goes, well, I'm gonna, again, I'm boiling it down to make it easier, not because I think you're dumb. And he'll pick up like a bowl of water. Picture, this is a place called Limbo. And he pulls like a bowl of water. And then he takes like a golf ball or something and he goes, what I have done, since Limbo has no up or down or left or right, I have placed this dimension, he puts a little ball here, and now it just floats forever in that place, in stasis. So therefore it is unaffected by time and space. Now, within that pocket dimension exists the universe where you guys lived in. A very small universe. And which place that's where the resort is located. And then let's take the bowl and put it off the table.
So it's like a universe you dreamt within a dream. Got it.
It's suspended within limbo so that it is unaffected
of course.
by forces of nature or time.
Well, that sounds like a perfect place to put this.
Oh yes, definitely. He'll laugh. Seems like a good place to put it.
Do you think it's worth talking to the deity in there, or?
No, absolutely not. They don't have anything good to offer anyway.
I mean, have you tried? Maybe we can just negotiate.
He just laughs.
Maybe we can just negotiate.
Once upon a time, yes. Not now, though. I got better.
All right. Anything else I should know about this mirror before I be on my way?
Not unless you want to make some sort of deal with Phidias. Other than that, you should probably just leave it in my care.
What kind of deals?
Oh, he can offer a lot. However, the price is very steep. Also, he'll look at you very seriously. If you tried to do that, I would break it. And he would stare at you like dead across the desk.
Well, maybe we can just haggle with him. I don't know.
No,
Well,
you do not haggle with Phidias. Phidias might give you the opportunity, and he's serious. This is the first time you've seen him be serious. Phidias might give you the opportunity to haggle with him, but you shouldn't. And then he'll get smiley again and go back to his back to his paperwork.
Okay, noted. How's the succubus research going on?
Oh, I solved that a while ago. I realized, though, that unfortunately a lot of the research involves succubi and not incubi, which I was more interested in.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I only know about succubi. Well, anyway, if you can't think of anything else, I guess we'll head out, and I can parlay the info to the other members of our little crew. And if you remember something, dial our dimension.
I'll be here when I need to be here, he'll say. and he'll like do a motion because it's dramatic, and the door will open. You'll hear like ding ding as he like moves his hand. Feel free to come
Uh,
by to claim it later.
as long as you're still here.
It will be. I'm going to put
Okay.
it in the place you suggested, also inside another place.
So like a dream within a dream within a dream. Got it.
It'll be very hard for him to get it. Yes.
All right. I mean, yeah. I guess we'll head out.
Okay. Um, you had a long conversation. You've been walking between places. It is now like actually getting dark. Like dark, like
Yeah,
7, 8
I
o'clock.
figured. Yeah, I figured.
All right. As you, by the way, while you were in there, none of that stuff was passed on to Derek's character because you were in another place. Okay, so you had a conversation in there, and then you left. Um, the question now is, do you head back to the school where you know your friends are, or do you kind of do something else for the rest of the night?
Um, Interesting. I guess as soon as so when do they start doing their stuff? Because it's like I can
So,
I
so they said that they were going to wait until late night, so probably like 9, 10 o'clock.
right. So right now they should be still in school, like in the office.
Yes, they will be in the office. However, was it time-wise? I cannot have you exist in that room,
Yeah, no, I get that. Uh,
temporally locked, as it were.
no, yeah, no, I get that. But I was trying to think if there is this numbers person, right? If it is a real person and they're no longer in the school, maybe the police or the newspaper, there'd be some
Sure.
like something about I don't know a missing report.
Okay.
A
I
I don't
will. I
know.
will let you do basically like one more big action. So you're gonna go to. You're just gonna go like to a local police station.
Yeah, yeah.
Cloven foot. From police.
Yeah. I'll head to the police. Just
Okay. I'm gonna
see if I can
fast
ask.
forward you to going to the police because I'm not gonna have you like want something happen on the way. So you go to the
Yep.
police and you meet the desk sergeant. We'll call him Griffin. Desk Sergeant
Griff's.
Griffin. Griffin.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess since he's the starting person. I guess I'll ask. Eh, so I work for these. I work on the school newspaper, and just doing a little bit of an investigation into some. There's been some missing people recently, and then just trying to see if there's any I don't know patterns or
Missing people. Well, I would certainly know if something like that was happening. Although I could get in contact with the department for that. How long ago did they go missing?
um I don't know, last year or two, maybe.
Can you give them anything more narrow than that? You also might want to like try to make some sort of mental roll with him to kind of like narrow it down.
Sure, sure. So I mean, ow, ow.
You all right?
Yeah, just like steps on something. Um, but
Oh,
let's see. So I mean, everyone else on that list has
yeah,
been
accounted for.
with the school in
Correct.
this in like during this year. So
Yes.
I would say in the last 6 months,
Okay.
um, uh, is there any? I guess okay. You know what? I'm gonna glimpse the truth right now.
Okay.
Is there any order to the order of the files, like the names? Do they appear in any like particularly important order, like
Not
age?
like
I don't know.
that. No, well, like alphabetical, and then a number, right? But not like it's not like oh the first one who showed up. It's not like that. It's not like it's set up in that way.
Yeah, there's no pattern there.
Right.
Um, and all the people in this list are students or faculty or
All
faculty
all
or
all students. They're all
all
the people
students.
that you had to deal with before.
Yes. So okay. So then it should be a student,
Okay.
and it should be somebody in the last 6 months.
Okay.
Um, but I guess since this guy would be local and he's the police, I'll also say maybe somebody who just like moved away and then somebody got worried? Like, is there, maybe they didn't necessarily file a police report. Maybe you just know somebody who moved away, or just like, you know,
Okay.
troubled youth who was sent to juvie. I don't know. Like anyone who has disappeared from the public life in the last 6 months.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Mental. Basically, he'll he looks like he's like looking at you like, okay, he's a school newspaper kid looking for an article. Sure, I'll humor him. He's got nothing going on. It's a sleepy sort of town, in his opinion. Sure. All right. Make a mental roll with this guy at the desk, and then
Mental, just like glimpse of truth,
yeah,
or like
basically, you're basically
okay,
helping him.
I got a
He's
nine.
actually doing the glimpse of truth, and you're helping
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
Like he's looking
yeah.
over files, and he's just like, okay, well, let's
I
see.
got a nine.
Okay. Oh, you're very talented because you'll like pull like a paper and be like, no, 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 this one. And it goes, well, there was. He'll look at you and he'll look at the. There was a report of someone being lost in a bathroom. We don't really take that kind of case. Oh yeah, and do you know how long it took me to get up to this joke? Yeah. All right, sorry. He goes, yeah. Well, no one believes that. There was a missing persons case where they said, unquote, she was using. Oh, was that sorry? It would be he because it would be the men's bathroom. He was using the bathroom and then he vanished. And he'll like, but we all agree that it's probably just another runaway.
Oh, and who filed the report, or who like came in with the tip?
A couple of kids came in and told us about it.
Well, can I take their names down?
Sure.
I guess
Just give me one
yeah, yeah.
second.
But also the name of the kid who disappeared, obvious, as the more important thing. But also, friend, like the whoever reported it could be interesting leads.
Just give me 2 seconds. Like,
You
just play some loading.
you generating names?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't think you would go this way right now. Hold on, give me a moment. And then okay, sure. Yes, two young boys came, well, teenagers, you would say. Cale Wittenmeyer and Bobby Jones. And they came in to report that their friend had vanished in a bathroom mirror. As a police officer, and yes, we did go to the bathroom. He'll just shake his head to look, and there was nothing there that we could tell that had happened to him. There was no scene of a crime, as it were.
And the kid that disappeared. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Just for the sake of completeness.
No, that's fine. Jonathan Winter.
Winter. And the parents never came in. Never. I mean,
He was
must
a
have had.
troubled kid. They just expected that he. Okay, they said he wouldn't have run away, but the parents always say that. Oh, he's he was not the kind to run away, but they do. Okay, teens run away all the time.
Ah. Do you mind giving me the address for the Winters?
Sure.
I just want to.
Oh, hold on. You're asking for an address of somebody? He looks a little at. You're gonna have to convince. There's no way he's just gonna be like, "Here's the address."
Sure.
Police
I'll
confidentiality
try
be
to.
damned.
I'll convince. I will. They'll be all convinced. Hold on.
You do all the convince? Are you really that convincing?
I can't be relatively convincing.
He's willing to talk about this as a story, but giving actual names and like
Yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah. No, I mean, I
addresses
get that.
is a bit.
I
Yeah,
get
okay.
that. It definitely was a stretch. It definitely is a stretch.
That'd be
I
a
was
big
just kind of.
stretch.
I was hoping just to go you know in the heat of telling me the story, he would just kind of like.
No, I know, and he almost let it slip. Then was like,
Yeah.
no, no, I can't do that.
So convince someone is emotional. Oh, hell yeah. First emotional roll in a while. It's gonna be very emotional. 10, but minus
Wow.
one. I think minus one.
And that's good for you, man. You're like, no, I need to know his like information so that I can get in contact with him.
Yeah, I mean, I work for the newspaper. I don't know. We probably would. I'll show you. I'll even show him my school ID and say, if he wants to follow up with the principal. Uh,
Sure, just don't. I don't want to hear a report that you're harassing their family. Okay, they have enough
oh no,
trouble.
no, absolutely. I'm not that kind of a reporter.
Fine. He gives you the information. He says, but if I hear one thing about them being harassed for information, and such, come down to my office. I'm going to find you. I have your information. He writes it down in his little pad, and he goes, "Okay, is there anything else?"
Um, no, that's it. You've been a great help. Thank you so much, Officer
Griffith.
Griffith. Thank you so much.
Officer Griffith is going to go back to his routine of just kind of, because it's a sleepy town, just kind of pushing paperwork around his desk. And
Looking
doing things
busy.
like
Got it.
looking busy, yep. And now it's probably about the time between everything. If you have to walk back and all that, it'll probably be about time.
Yeah, no, that's more than. I mean, yeah, that was a
Because he
long, much
probably
sooner.
like pulled out folders. You're comparing notes. He's like checking in on his information of where these people live. All that stuff.
Man,
So
I've done in this afternoon more than I do in an
you've
afternoon in
had
real life.
you've had your own mini adventure. And honestly, to be perfectly frank, you discovered a major lead and you deposited an ancient artifact. I think that's pretty good coverage, honestly, from one character.
I'm saying, I did
Yeah.
more this afternoon than I do in real life. So it's,
All right. It is about, but the time when they said they would be exploring the school around 9, 10 o'clock. Where do you go back to the school with everybody else, or do you just go home?
well, I guess I'll go. I'll start heading home. I mean, it'll take me a while to get there, and in case they call for backup, because it's been a long day. It's been a
No, no,
lot of
you've been
walking around.
running around doing stuff, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
I'll go home, but I'll be on the lookout in case we get pinged for backup.
All right. Now we cut back to the other group. All right. It's still kind of broken up, but you're kind of all in the same place. So, Derek has run out the opposite door. Guan is fuck. Oh no, where that guy is. Eddie, you're okay. Claire calms down, but is like, we should just leave, basically. And
Can I
yeah.
can I actually instead of running out the door, like he gets to the door and he thinks, wait a second, I have exactly the thing that I need to do, and because I'm already transformed because I've been the
Sure,
conduit
okay. Then what
this
we'll
whole
play it
time,
as is you're opening the exit door, and you're like, wait a second.
and I am
Right,
going to
that's fine.
turn and make a bellowing scream
Are
down
you
the hallway.
transformed?
Yeah, I've been transformed this whole time because that's how I've been the conduit this whole time.
Have you been
Um,
wandering the school transformed?
yeah, well, no one's. I thought it was that was like the whole gag. Isn't
Okay,
nobody
hold
here?
on. I'm trying to think about how I
Nobody's
forgot.
here, right? Or like not a lot of people are here.
Well, so yeah, but the thing is, during the day, were you walking around transformed? What do you as like a
Well, no,
vampire?
no, no. Like at this point, it's like 10 o'clock at
Oh,
night.
now it is. Yeah, now it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that
So
when you're walking to the library and walking back to the thing, you weren't walking as a vampire. You know?
the last couple of hours
Okay, that's fine.
when after everybody else is gone and I've been the conduit for everybody,
Okay,
I've had
that's fine.
been
I'm
transformed.
okay with
So
that.
I am transformed right now at 10 o'clock at
You're gonna
night
do a
when I was
bellowing
about to
shout
run,
into this
and I
guy.
go, wait a second, I can take care of this right now, and I use my bellowing scream, which
Hey,
I have to read if you'd like me to.
sure.
I have it right here. Hold on. Stupid phone.
This guard is having the
Uh,
worst night of his fucking life.
yeah.
Uh,
You let out a terrifying scream. Normal people will automatically flee the area without having to make a check. So unless this guy is not normal, he gone.
okay, roll it.
No, I don't. I don't have to roll anything.
Oh, is it just
I
let's
mean,
take a
for
literal of
for
disability?
for the for the
Oh
for a
God.
normal character, I mean, I can roll it if you want. Like,
No,
okay,
no,
so
I get what you're meaning. For against normal people, you shouldn't be using your powers on like a Joe. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay, so you
But
do your
there's
bellow.
no other real like. I mean,
No, I
you can tell
know.
me. Everyone else, if I got a 6 or lower, everyone else would be afraid of me. But no one else is around me right now. It just literally doesn't matter.
Okay. He heard the chirp noise, so he did start coming down towards where the exit was, and he could hear the exit door opening. So he's like approaching you, right? Like at an even pace. And then you come around the corner and are just like, "Ah!" And you just make a noise, and he like shakes with fear. It looks like he's about to like shit himself, and he's just like,
Yep.
and then he bolts out the door where your friends went out.
He already saw a tentacle shadow monster, and now he sees a vampire come around the
It's
corner.
worse. No, it's
scream
even
at him.
worse. It's even worse because he.
To be honest, if I ran into something like that and I was the guard, I would run away from the scream, regardless if it was magical or not.
Exactly.
So there was this is the third incident he's had. He had random dishes like clanging around. He had like somebody screaming in the library. Then he had like a monster come out at him, and now he's got this dude screaming down the hallway at him. He's had like the worst night. And he's just running. Just done. Out the door.
And then I want to call over the radio and say, Hugh, I told you.
He knows where the chirp was.
Yeah.
It's not like he's gonna pick up his radio right now, though. He's probably just running.
I'm just screwing with him.
Okay, so
he can still hear the radio like
that's
going,
fine.
Hugh, I told you, Hugh.
As the other group clears the exit, a large individual, obviously Hugh, busts out that door and just takes off into like the tree line. Basically, just leaves.
Not even like looking at them, just gone.
Just gone out. He's leaving now.
And so I'm gonna follow him out that door because I know that's where they went.
Yeah.
And like, all right, everything's clear now. We're good.
I'm gonna go to Eddie at this point. Lewis puts you down because you're kind of like on his back, so kind of like lower, so you could like get off of him, and he's like catching his breath because he was doing like a fast jog down the hallway, on all fours, but he was doing a fast jog regardless, and Claire is basically there. She's being kept calm by Dean, and so the three of you are out there, and then finally Derek kind of emerges from the other exit after the guard flails and runs past you guys. Okay, so now all three of you are in the same spot again.
Yeah. Eddie, I think he takes out his bag and he pulls out one of his radios and a little copper wire that he's got from one of his projects.
Yeah.
And he puts it in the push to talk. There's like a little connector here.
Yeah.
And shorts the push to talk switch and hides it in a bush. So basically, the carrier wave will completely jam that signal, so no one can talk on it again.
You're just like completely jamming this guy's completely jamming this guy's signal.
There's no reason that they couldn't just swap over to another channel or something, but for the time being, no one can use that channel.
Okay. I just want to mention to everyone, now that this scene is completed, what had to have happened for Derek to have that radio? Does anyone get a guess? Does anyone have a guess of what had happened to get Derek to get that radio?
Someone else's radio?
It has to be the exact same.
Figured.
It had to be the exact same frequency. So what all I picture is Chip, who's somewhere out there, with his walkie-talkie in hand, vaporizes. He's just standing there. Walkie-talkie vanished. Just a fun aside. I just standing there looking at. Oh fuck! I had it. I swear I had it.
Little cutscene of what the?
Just a fun little aside.
Hugh is calling him.
Yeah.
And he's like listening to this, and he's like, "What is going on?" And he's about to answer, and he's like, he's pushing the button. He's like, "Hugh," and he looks down, and the radio's gone. And he's like, "What the fuck? What is going on right now?" So mass panic among these two people. I've
You
completely
guys have
messed with
made his
two people's lives.
their
It's
day is
awful.
ruined. They're probably not going to come back to work tomorrow, but that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. No more high schools, man. No
Okay.
more high schools.
Sorry.
Um,
All right. I just wanted to mention what would have happened to make that possible. That wish is totally possible, but the easiest way to accomplish it is to make you literally have his headphone, have his walkie-talkie.
I do want to ask, would would Amos be transmitting since he left the bookstore? Would he be
Once
transmitting?
he left the bookstore, you could get pretty much any information from Amos that you wanted. Yes.
So he goes to the police station and is talking to them about we're looking for a student who's missing, and we think that we know who it is now. Um,
Depends if Amos was telling. Well, I mean,
that's
if
what I mean.
was he leaving
That's
his
what I was
mind
asking.
open, right?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
this is what I said that on the way back from the cops, I would be like, obviously like receiving at the very least.
Hmm. Yeah,
So I'm saying, so like, yeah, if you were to inquire, I'll definitely just like tell you everything.
yeah. Just so we know. 'Cause at first I thought I knew who it was, but then obviously you came to the conclusion that it was this kid who fell through the mirror in Dean's bathroom. Is that?
Allegedly, but yes.
Yeah,
Allegedly,
that's
that is the conclusion. Yes, that one of the students that's going to be transmogrified got a really easy way to do it, basically by falling through the mirror.
Do we had we ever dealt with that mirror?
You did. The only time that you put your hand through it, like you didn't
Hmm.
actually you didn't go all the way in. You like kind of like used magic to kind of sense what was on the other side of it. You felt
Yeah,
cold.
yeah, no, but we haven't done anything with like the mirror is still on the bathroom
The
wall.
mirror is still in that bathroom. That is correct. It is still a dangerous item that's just been there
Yeah,
since the beginning of the game. Yep.
I mean, I kind of feel like maybe we should just go. That might be one thing that we need to finally deal with is the mirror. Because who knows what is coming in or out of that mirror. Um, and we might also be able to find this person and help them. So that would be a good thing. Um, and yeah, I mean, just as one avenue to go down at some point. If anyone has any other things that
Do
we'd
we
like
know
to
what's on
do,
the other side of the mirror?
just a cold nothingness.
Are you
It's
speaking as
just.
Derek or David?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget Derek's voice. I'm speaking as Derek. If if Dean is asking that out loud,
Yes,
it's
I'm
just
at
it's
Dean is asking that out loud.
we haven't. No one's gone through it from our group, but I tried to sense it, and it was a cold, empty, terrible place. Maybe like a what you might think of like a Mars to be like, but cold.
Just to fill
Um,
you in, Lewis, there was a boy who went missing through this mirror within the last few months.
hmm. Yeah, don't go in that bathroom for
You
a lot
told
of
Lewis.
reasons.
You told
Don't
Lewis
go in that
that like
bathroom.
don't go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
yeah.
Because
For a
well,
lot of reasons.
it's just the mirror, right? I mean, I could just wait a minute. You could just think disappear when you hit touch the mirror. He like looks at.
If you crawled through the mirror, yeah, but there are other things that happen in that bathroom. And he looks at Dean that you don't want anything to do with. Like don't go in that bathroom. That's
Well, it
don't.
Yeah,
sounds like
for that bathroom for like the last 5 months, or sorry, 5 days, since I transferred to the school, has been my private office.
oh,
You've been here. This has been going on longer than 5 days.
he
Going on
apologizes
for a few weeks.
to Derek. Sorry, not Derek. Dean and Claire goes. Yeah, I wasn't going home to see my parents. Eddie asked me earlier in the day, and I was just didn't want to let you guys down, and so I hanged out with Eddie. Sorry. I know you're probably
Yeah,
wondering why I'm still here. He just does this motion.
yeah, man. No, hey, you know what?
No, we're glad to have you.
You're part of the team, man.
Though the thing about my parents being a little angry, they probably will be angry. He'll laugh.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
don't get yourself in trouble, but we all definitely understand that. We all have our own, or most of us have our own
The steak will probably be cold
things
when I
that
get home.
go. Well, yeah, I mean, what we can do about that. That's what microwaves are for. Um, yeah, so we can go and check out the mirror if people wanted to. Were there any other things that any of us might be thinking about trying to deal with?
But no, but I feel like I should mention now rather than tell you later that we went to Mirror Universe,
Oh, right. That. That's why I looked down at the ground.
or
You
rather
went
just
to
me.
you went to a mirror universe?
Yeah, I got to explore it a little bit. Lewis just stayed by the in the school, but there was you and me. I assume you were there too, but I saw my family. I mean, they weren't my family though. Everything
There
was
was an
just,
alternate use family,
yeah.
kind of like what Claire just saw, right? I
Well,
mean,
Claire just saw
Claire
a
just
bunch
saw.
of different timelines. I'm assuming that they were variants of, our timeline.
They
This
were,
seemed like
yeah.
a complete 180.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, alternate timelines, alternate universes, kind of all fit into a same general bag. Obviously, somewhat different, but yeah. I mean, all right. So, I mean, was the you in that other reality trying to help deal with the same thing? I wonder if
No, she seemed kind of like a jock, actually.
oh,
And
and
her parents were kind of rude.
the you in the other universe is female.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really that makes my head spin.
You
I'm
imagine
glad
all of the implications of all that.
he looks you dead in the eyes with his cold dead vampire eyes, and he says, Eddie, I'm really glad that you in this universe is you because that's the way I like it.
Why, are you like nervous around women or something?
But no, just as far as I mean, you just never mind. I never mind.
Oh, I wish Clara was here. That would have made
I
this
was
No,
just
funnier.
no, I appreciate it, Derek. I'm glad I'm
I'm
me
just
too.
I'm yeah. I just like I just like you. I like you.
You
Yeah,
know,
I like you as
I
you are.
pat Derek, and he just pats Derek on the shoulder and is like, "It's okay, bro."
Lewis is just laughing in the
Derek is
background.
like blushing and compete like trying to say something but can't get it out. And
Lewis just puts his hand on Dean and goes, "Well, yeah. See, this is the only guy you call him kind of like a failure at times, but he's the only one with a girlfriend." He does. This looks at you guys.
I don't. I whoever said he was a failure? I don't think I
You
think
people,
he's a failure.
you guys gotta go a little harsh on him, to be honest. It just looks at you. Like he can't see Amos because Amos isn't here. But like people have said like mean things to Dean a lot.
Yeah, but Dean said mean things to people too.
Maybe
Exactly.
he'll think about it. And goes,
Exactly.
okay, but my point is, you make fun of him all the time, and he's the only one with a girlfriend. And he'll look at Derek a bit, and he'll think, well, sorta. Eh. Shakes his head.
I mean, sorta.
Well, I
Talking
mean,
about,
you
I
two are hanging out
definitely.
all the time.
mm,
I mean, is that a thing? I mean, what's going on with that?
Who? Me?
But you're saying this?
are you
Uh,
talking about
Lewis,
Derek and Claire?
yeah. Are you guys just like really close friends? I mean, that's cool too. You know, I'm not against that either. You know.
Wait, me, David is confused. Who
So
is he?
Derek, so he, that's fine. Lewis is referring to Derek and Claire. He sees them around a lot. He sees them talk a lot. He's like,
Oh,
I just
yeah, no.
assumed. You guys are like,
Claire's like a sister to me.
oh, okay.
I mean, I love her, I love her like family. She's we've been together for forever. So yeah,
Okay.
no, yeah, no, I mean, anyway,
He
let's
looks at Eddie. I guess you were right about him being awkward. And he had to sit down in the grass.
I mean, it's weird to see a a like white faced vampire
Be
blushing
awkward.
and be awkward and blushing and just not
That's why he's
know
amused. Yeah.
how to deal with the current situation. All
All
right.
right.
Anyway,
He
let's
stops.
get off of whatever. However, I apologize. That partly was my fault. Let's so we got the mirror we can go and check out. Dean, is there anything that's on your mind? Any leads that you think that we could go and deal with?
The only thing, I mean, I don't know, man. I I just, none of this is looking good. I mean, if you think we need to like destroy that mirror, I mean, I could run my sword through it.
Hmm.
We could,
Hmm.
or we could take it off the wall and drop it off. I could, I can fly up as high as I can fly and then drop it on the parking lot.
Well,
But
Amos just brought another magical mirror um, to the bookstore, so um, Zanzibar might be interested in it, or could at least give us some. If it's magical, though, we might not be able to break it or destroy it.
right.
And even if we try to, it might be worse. So, I mean, getting it
Listen,
off the
I've got
wall.
a question.
Hmm.
Okay.
I mean, how well do we know Zanzibar? If we bring him these magical objects, can we really trust him?
I mean, that's a question you should have probably asked before we let him put us into a
Oh well,
pocket dimension.
yeah, Zanzibar. You see, and I will
Right.
tell this as Eddie. Eddie will say this to Dean. Will be like Zanzibar. You see, he has a personal grudge against Fidelis, so he wouldn't do anything to uh, to jeopardize our mission against him. We
Yeah,
are
he's
allies in
rooting
this.
for us. Yeah, he's rooting for us.
Well,
He's
the enemy
he's
of my
kind of like.
enemy is my friend
Exactly.
Have you read Lord of the
until I
Rings?
no longer have an enemy or that
Have you
Yeah,
enemy.
read Have you
and
read Lord of the Rings? So
Have I?
he's kind of like Gandalf, and
I don't
where
know.
the
Have
Hobbit.
I?
Well, anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm just follow the example. He's super powerful and hoping that we do well, and 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 he's going to be there to help back us up. He's probably got his own thing going on in the background that we don't even know about.
Yeah,
Um,
but don't you forget, Gandalf told the rest of the party to leave so he could defeat the Balrog by himself and collect all that experience points all for himself so he didn't have to share it. So that's not
Damn, that's
necessarily
how
a
you
good
get so many
example.
levels. Damn.
I don't remember that being a lit RPG. I'm
I mean, he literally showed up a few days later, like with all new clothes and
You've got a
extra
point. He did level.
powers.
But
yeah,
anyway,
that's
that's
not what
true.
that's not what he was doing, man. He was making sure they didn't die.
Whatever.
Yeah, we're the hobbits. We are squishy little humans, and he's like a dude who fell out of the sky
Yeah.
like a meteorite. All right. So I mean, anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Just That's just an example. um. Uh. So look, but my question isn't about him or about the mirror. It's what are the other things that we may need to poke at. I mean, we gotta deal with Phidias. We gotta shut him down. We have to deal with the Rat Queen. Taking away this mirror definitely takes away a lot of her power, I think. If I'm understanding
Then
what
that's what
Amos
we
is.
need to do. Let's start with that. Let's get that mirror. Let's bring it
No,
to.
the other mirror that we've already taken care of. Because that was how she was transforming people.
yep, that's what
with the
you
with the
assumption.
with the handheld mirror.
Yes, yes, the
Oh
other mirror that Amos is now um,
yeah.
delivered. We've shut down a lot of their power. They don't have they won't have nearly the ability to transform anyone at this point. Again, I'm just trying to see. I mean, look, if you guys want to go jump through a mirror and find this kid and see what's in another universe. I mean, we've also
Well, we might be able to. I mean,
the
he's
theme of the episode, I think, is looking into other universes. Sorry.
How does
he's
Claire look like through all of this?
Claire is kind of just still taking it all in. She was, how should I put this? again, I don't want to play someone else's character, but Claire was kind of like when you mentioned Derek was like agreeing with the fact that like no, he's just a friend of mine that I know. You know what I mean? And then like when you talk about all of the magic, the only thing Claire White mentioned because she has connections with things. She has two things to say. One is her messenger should be back. She can sense him coming, like he should be here within the hour, and her minion. And the second is that we have no idea what that place is. Okay, that could be anything. That is an unknown factor. All you know is it's dark, cold, and evil. That could be anywhere from a pocket dimension like Zanzibar's, his
Hmm.
front door, for all you know. You know,
Hmm.
so maybe going down there is not necessarily the best call. That's
But
her opinion. She'll
we
go with
also,
you, if you that's where you were going, you know.
it's
Okay,
also,
so
and,
I saw
and
this
during,
cool
during,
movie. I saw this cool movie last year called Stargate,
oh yeah,
and
nice.
yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but they go and they're all cold. It's very cold, and they go through this portal, and they have no idea where they're going to end up. It might be a Stargate situation.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
think
mean,
I
oh,
think we
and
can handle. We can
during
say maybe
during all this, Derek would be standing by Claire to kind of like comfort her. Just sorry.
if taking away the magical artifact decreases their power, then I think perhaps we should consider finding other magical items to continue to decrease their power.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
like
mean,
that there's someone just spirited away.
They've been spirited away for a year.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
like that either, but they're either dead by now or they can wait a little bit. They can survive a little bit longer.
I guess
I mean, I hate to sound harsh, but if they've been missing for a year,
they've been transmogrified into a number. Apparently, that sounds worse.
They don't have a name anymore. They've been so corrupted that they don't even have a name.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what our powers are good for, but if we could help them at all, would want to. I don't know. It just feels wrong knowing that and not doing something.
But and Claire will say, as I've stated before, that is an unknown place. We will be going somewhere we have no idea where that is. And even traveling in through dreams to a place that he existed in was dangerous. That like he could have trapped us there in our sleep.
Yeah, no, I'm not asking any of you to take any undue risk, but I
I, I'm right with you. I think what we could do is at least two of us could go through the mirror with a rope, and somebody else could be on this side. That way we don't get lost. We don't, but we can just go over there and do a quick scouting mission, see at least what's on the other side of the door, and then come back and at least have, you know, 1% of the information we need to know what we're going into so we can begin to build a plan for that.
I mean, if we can go through, radio waves should also go through. So,
Hmm.
Derek, you
Yeah.
still have that walkie?
Yeah, right here. You want
And
me to
I'll
get the other
take
one?
Yeah, I'll take mine out of the bush and then dig through the bush.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. You just change frequencies, right? Cool.
Yeah, we can change frequencies. I mean, I just wanted to confuse them for a bit, jam their signal so they couldn't find us right
Yeah,
away.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's fine.
But
Um,
it's been a minute. We'll go over there, and at least we'll
and again,
have some way to communicate through the
we
portal.
don't we don't have to we don't have to do it here in the school. We could, if we could take the mirror off the wall, we could go someplace else with it, and and
It's
uh,
like a big bathroom mirror, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big bathroom mirror. Yeah,
That might be kind of
above
cumbersome.
the sink, so it's like
I don't think we could take that off without making a bunch of
that
noise.
that would be like a 2 by 3, or are you talking like a
so
10 by 7?
so let's see. It
I
would
was
be.
kind of picturing it more like a sink, like you've got like 4 or 5 sinks, and each sink has its
It's
own mirror.
basically, yeah, but they're like next to each other. It's like a panel
Hmm.
mirror. So it's like, goes down and then it's like basically a big rectangle, above
Sure,
the sink.
sure, sure. But I mean, it wouldn't be like crazy heavy. Um,
No, because
so,
panel mirrors tend to be, and I know this from experience, thin. So if
hmm
you pulled it off of the wall,
hmm
considering that you could, it would shouldn't be very heavy. Just, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
large-ish.
yeah, yeah. But
Go.
it's also a magical mirror, so we don't know what.
You don't know what exactly. This is why Claire was keep
Yeah,
warning you, like, you have no idea what that is. You don't know where
yeah.
it goes. It's obviously dangerous, you
hmm
know.
hmm And I completely understand, but look, what we're dealing with, everything about what we're dealing with is dangerous. So we haven't run from any of it at this point. Yeah, going into another dimension might be a bit crazy, but
I was not
stepping into it for
hesitant to leap through a portal before to save
mhm,
someone, and I'm not hesitant now. I will be the first one to go through that portal if it's.
get at least some intel about what's on the other side of it. Even if we're there for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
we could go through for 10 minutes, make a report, come back, do it a couple of times until we feel like no, this is something that we really need. But without information, we can't make any plan for it.
So, Derek, considering this
Yeah.
entire conversation, can
hmm
you please roll me a mental roll?
Sure.
Because you're taking the brass tacks of, okay,
Hold on, let
Claire's
me
warned
take a
you that
roll.
it's dangerous. People are coming up with various plans. Maybe throw a walkie-talkie through it so you can try to communicate via radio waves. That's
Yep.
that's
Yep.
fine.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Track with you. Hold on. This is going to be +1, and that's an 8.
okay, that's good enough.
Yep.
If it was so easy to come back and forth through said mirror, why didn't that student come right back?
Um. So I mean, I'm assuming that he was tricked. He might have already been changed. He might have been captured. But he's also just a regular human being. We at least have superpowers, and so we do have at least some ability to deal with whatever's on the other side. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe once we go through, we won't be able to come back easily. Yeah, I mean that's absolutely a possibility. I think the idea of throwing the radio the walkie-talkie through and seeing what we hear is a good idea, and then taking that investigation step by step and being smart about it is a great idea.
Okay.
Um, Heck, we could literally take a tube, like a telescope, and stick a telescope through the thing and look into the other side, and maybe we'll see something. You know what I mean?
Periscope.
The periscope.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I do
So,
carry
Let's
it.
at
I do
least
carry a spyglass. That's kind of funny.
well, the
let
guards are,
yeah,
are going to
perfect.
definitely be gone for the day due to
hmm
the
hmm
things you have done to them.
Yeah.
So, just before you leave, because it seems like the party is going to go back into the school soonish, right? Can I will have there'll be like a small like chittery kind of noise, and a spider-looking creature will like walk up to Claire and then kind of like run up her. Normally, most people would freak out if a spider had went up, but it's obviously her minion, and it like climbs up and says something to her, and she goes, "Oh, our audience with the Rat Queen is scheduled for tomorrow at midnight."
Awesome. That that's uh that's awesome. Where where?
Yep. She will look at the information. It looks like it's going to be somewhere near Duncan Hill. There'll be a minion of their own who will guide us. Uh,
hmm
you're, was it Lewis looks up for a second and goes, "You mean the large hill near where I live?" Because that's near the funeral home. He goes, "Oh, you guys are gonna go and visit where I live. That's interesting."
Is there a cemetery over there?
Yeah. Uh-huh. The
Hmm.
his family runs a funeral home. The cemetery is nearby, and the cemetery is located basically on top of the hill.
Yeah, maybe we
Hmm.
should have a sleepover, Lewis.
Sure. He thinks about it for a second. He goes, "Yeah, that's probably fine. I definitely have to tell them first."
Yeah, we're gonna have like everybody. We need to make sure everybody is able to be there. Everybody's got to bring all their, all of our powerful friends. I mean, we might even want to maybe reach out to what's that guy, that psychopath's name?
Oh,
Um,
you wanna get him on? Oh, he doesn't. He Lewis wasn't there when the psychopath was there. By the way, your books are all destroyed. Remember, he did wreck like all of your. You didn't have to go to school today, but
mhm.
he literally destroyed all of your books. Like when he when he broke.
Oh,
Oh
oh,
yeah, Peacekeeper
So
broke all of them.
if I need to, I'll just wish them all back.
I know. I'm just saying they don't exist. Your original books and anything you had in there for homework has just been destroyed.
you mean with the katana or
Yeah,
whatever?
he tore the whole bag apart because that's where the evil was.
Again, Dean, I did, sorry, Derek has not been a great student, so he probably, if he even had the books in the book bag, that would have
Yeah.
been a miracle alone.
And he almost obliterated Claret, but then realized it wasn't worth it, and
Yeah,
or it didn't make sense at the time. So he
yeah.
had to, But
Anyway,
yeah,
so
that
we
What's his
guy.
have
name? What's his name again?
that's not
That's
Peacekeeper, is it?
Warsong.
War
Warsong.
War
Song.
Song.
Yes. Okay.
We should at least
Gun-toting
tell
maniac is what he is.
we should tell Peacekeeper about it and see if they can be around. Maybe we should at least give War Song a heads up that something might be going down. Um,
Do you mean
Tell
tomorrow?
If you tell him
Tomorrow,
monsters
yeah.
are located. Basically, if you tell him follow us, this is where the monster's going to be. He'll probably show
Oh,
because
he'll show up
he is very
salivating.
anti-monster.
Yeah, yeah. I
So,
mean, he was
Can I just
I
like
mean,
contact Peacekeeper right now and let them know what the plan is?
yeah, that's you have radios and stuff. I could see that you could find some way to contact Peacekeeper, even in the middle of
Yeah.
the night. Though,
Yeah. Well,
but
I'll just see
but
if they're available.
okay.
but we
Well,
should make sure Amos, Nick, and any of our other allies are there. I'll make sure my minion is close by. Literally everybody's got to be there because it could get real messy.
Yeah. I
So
want to let
hopefully not.
Peacekeeper
Yeah,
know about
yeah.
tomorrow and that we might be going to a portal tonight.
I just
okay.
want
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, that's going to be a
Well,
whole conversation. Okay, so you
can we
contact. Oh wait,
Yeah.
oh,
can we
wait
do that?
until we tell me
Can we do
that's
that
going to.
while we're walking? Can we do that while we're
Oh yeah.
walking?
Everybody's walking, and he's on like the radio.
Also,
That's fine.
is Amos coming to join us, or is Amos done at home for the evening? I don't want to leave you out if
So
you're
wait.
planning
So
on.
you guys are going through the port. So you guys are going through the portal tonight, but the tomorrow the meeting is tomorrow, right?
The meeting is tomorrow at midnight, Friday at midnight.
Um, We're gonna go do some scientific research on the portal
Wow,
tonight. I think.
you know how to convince a guy, eh?
Uh-huh. I think, and I'm gonna look at Eddie and say, I think that because of what Claire mentioned, maybe waiting until after this meeting is a good idea because if two of us got stuck on the other side of that portal, then you know, we're stuck. No, they're gonna have to go help. They're gonna have to go do this other thing. They'll be down two people, and there won't be anybody to, you know what I mean? Like that gets a little bit. That's a bad idea. After the meeting, I think we can come back here and go through the portal. Uh, but again, we can still do some scientific research tonight to see what we can figure out.
Yeah. I don't plan on you know, going on an adventure tonight if we don't have to, but I do want to go through that portal and see what we can do.
24
See what
hours or a little
see
bit
what's
more, but 24 hours.
see what's behind the portal. Well, the portal. Did it feel evil?
Felt cold.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Yes.
I think it felt evil too. I think I remember being like cold, evil, um, desolate. That's what I remember. Like I
So,
remember
so
feeling like like going back to the Lord of the Rings. It's like the worst parts of Mordor.
Right. So, I mean, wouldn't it be kind of like the little hammer I just gave to Zanzibar, and he very in no unclear terms said to not talk to Thaddeus and to not really not really interact with the shadow whatever transmog verse.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
if it's the same place, then
but this thing is we don't know what it is, so we don't have to go through it to do some research on it. We can
ah.
poke some stuff through it. We can toss a radio in and see if we can hear anything. We can put a spyglass through and see if we can see anything. We
What
again,
about a cup and two cups and a string? Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like anything, like any information that we can get from it is information we don't have, and it allows us to begin to build a game plan for going through it because that might be the thing that first off, there's somebody over there who needs our help potentially. If they're not already dead, there's somebody there who needs our help. So if we can go help that person, then that alone means it's worth it. But if
Well,
we go through there and that's the pin that destroys Phidious's and the other dude's whole plan, then that might be where we need to go to finally end this whole thing.
so you had me in the first half, but trust me, it doesn't seem like this person is going to be missed. His own parents didn't really seem to be too concerned with him being gone.
I
So,
don't care what anybody else feels about him. I care what that person feels about being trapped in that world. And I mean, is Nick with us, or Nick was
No, no,
with
no.
him, right?
Nick was with Amos, but Nick
Yeah,
probably went home at this point.
but
yeah,
but
I
Nick
assume so.
is Nick on the call?
He can be.
Yeah.
This time, this will be the second time. He is in the bath, but you don't. Well, yeah, I guess you do know that now. And you get to.
But
Oh,
he
gosh damn it! Stop calling me now.
he wouldn't he well I mean he would we wouldn't know that he's in the bath, but
Okay, you can
because
sense with him. You don't know he's in the bath, but you do sense
yeah,
that he is somewhere warm and calming. And then you
yeah.
call him, and then he's like, Could you not call me in the bath? This is the second time."
Sorry, Nick. Just um, what are your thoughts on going through a mirror to save somebody who may be in the same condition that you were in? I don't mean right now, but like eventually. Like that seems like a really worthy cause, right?
I
Same
have
condition. Do you
no.
mean he's in the bath?
Hold on a second. Let Nick talk.
Nick will go. I am all for saving anyone who were under the same conditions as I was, if that's
Yeah,
what you're saying.
that's it. That's
Okay.
it. And I hang the phone up on him.
Good. You can take my
Yeah,
bath.
that's what he wants. See, so if somebody is
All right.
imprisoned
Well,
in that way, we need to save them. And if they're imprisoned in a terrible place, all the more reason to go save them. But we need a solid plan.
No, I agree. That's why I was gonna call Peacekeeper, and I will at this point start like fiddling
Okay.
with my radio.
Cool.
um,
Eddie's is
uh,
like, oh, well,
go
what is
ahead.
it, Amos?
I'm saying we can also see if our our God King Emperor has any advice for us as well.
God King Emperor? What the hell?
You talk about War Song?
Or Toby.
Toby.
Oh,
Oh, no one's bothered to summon Toby, but you could and ask him questions. I don't know how much advice he'll give. It
I don't know
depends.
how full Toby will be, but I mean I'm sure he's with us. And then I like
I mean,
like
he might know what's on the other side of the portal.
Yeah,
it's
I
true.
mean
I mean,
anything's possible.
yeah,
Let's
but call
call.
call Peacekeeper and
All right, we'll do
Toby.
Peacekeeper segment first. So we'll do
Yep.
Peacekeeper. So you call Peacekeeper.
Yeah, November 1, Lima Hotel Papa. This is Eddie.
Peacekeeper here because I'm not gonna go. She's not gonna go through the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like well, if it's just it's a standard like open frequency.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey Peacekeeper, yeah, we are considering going through the portal. We found some information that there's potentially someone who was corrupted by Phidias
You hear a yawn in the background. Sorry, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a little late, but we just wanted to let you know that not only are we going to maybe investigate that portal tonight, but tomorrow we have an audience with the Rat King, specifically at midnight.
There's a Rat
Um,
King?
Rat
or
Queen.
Rat Queen, rather,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, that's fine. I know it's going to be funny because he was half asleep. Okay, Rat Queen.
Yeah, we'll be on Durham
So
Hill, or
you're gonna go through possibly a dangerous portal and then talk to one of the most dangerous entities around the next
figured you
day?
should know. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds dangerous. Do you need my help?
was wondering if you
God,
had
what
any
time
advice
is it?
about
Looks over.
going through the portal.
Advice. I most portal and just things about it now just like kind of wait. You can almost hear like a coffee pot like being turned on and like some like clicking noises. Um, advice her about the portal.
Anything we should do to prepare? Any
I would think if it's a magical
precautions?
portal, most mechanical devices aren't going to work due to the fact that who knows where that place is. You could try utilizing your own magic to try to make some sort of connection, because that's possible. Phidias does something similar, I would assume. But I feel like mechanical devices, from my experience, do not mix well in that way.
You don't believe that RF or EM radiation would
I
be able to penetrate the portal?
You would need to be within the range of the devices for that to happen, and you have no idea what the range involved is.
I
What if we
see. So
hardwire it?
yeah, that's a good point. We could
If we could put
pick
a
a
radio
line of
through it,
coax. Yeah,
yeah.
Thinks about it. A hardwired connection. Um, hmm.
yeah. I could bring
I
some
would love
coax
to
with me.
hear, and because they don't have experience with it, what the results of a hardwired connection would be.
You know what? I'll tell you. I'm gonna bring maybe some RG58. You know, the cheap stuff.
And only Peacekeeper will laugh for one of the first times you've ever heard and go, also bring something low tech like literal string. Like it's just because it might be an issue when you take something like that complex and try to run it through. That maybe a simple solution might actually be the better one.
I did just
I
cups and
look I look
string.
at not that I look at Amos, but I kind of like think to Amos, I'm like, yeah, you're the brilliant one.
It's
All right.
not it's not a terrible suggestion to use cups and string because it would be a low interference way of
Yeah,
communicating. I know it
and it's also more direct.
it would be a literal connection rather than a radio wave. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's true. If there's any interference, I don't know what sort of
I
havoc,
mean yeah, again, that's why they want to know
Wire
what your results are.
what kind of havoc the
wire is
portal
going
would
to pick
cause.
up yeah, and wire is going to pick up all kind of electrical interference, and who
Exactly.
knows
A
what that's
string
going to
won't
transmit.
probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, let's
Worst case
get a
scenario, the
guitar.
string might catch on fire.
Let's get a guitar
There you go,
Guitar.
and then put it. So you
a
put
long
the
guitar string. Yeah.
the guitar strings, but also the sound box itself.
Say
Uh,
it again. Say that again.
the sound. Sorry, I keep pacing. The sound
Yeah.
box. You know how it has like the hole and the wood with the
Oh
hole in it. The
yeah.
sound box. Yeah.
It'll pick up the sound from the string, and we'll be able to hear what's going on the other side
Rather
through
than a
the.
can,
Through,
a sound box would be a little bit higher
Yeah,
efficiency, is
yeah.
what you're getting
But
at.
yeah,
still,
and
but yeah,
also wouldn't be, because if we had an acoustic guitar, it wouldn't actually be transmitting any electricity, so it would be less likely to, uh, uh, put ourselves into any danger. Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
great,
yeah.
great.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, cool. I think we again. We're not going through the portal tonight. I'm going to say it, Peacekeeper. We're not planning on going through the portal
Oh,
tonight,
it got kind of
but
gross, so I threw it out. Sorry,
we want to.
Oh, sorry. I'm just 1 second. I'm just gonna take a
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yep. Hey, Dean. Hey, Dean. Dean. Hey, Dean. Hey, Dean. Hey, Dean. Dean. Dean, you there, Dean? Dean. Come in, Dean. Come in, Dean. Dean. Dean, you muted. Okay. Love you, buddy. Um, yeah, sorry to hear that you haven't been feeling very good. Um,
Oh yeah. Uh, I just haven't been able to get out of the house much because whenever I do, I ended up feeling pretty awful or getting sick, and then it's like, just
mm,
difficult to get home after.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
All right.
Um,
Yep. I'm back now. I was just had some minor thing to do. I will take care of it tomorrow. Um,
all right. Um, so I'd be saying to Peacekeeper, um, we're not planning on going through the portal tonight. We're just doing some science on it to get a general idea of what's going on. We wouldn't go through the portal until after the thing with the Rat Queen.
Yeah, we're just
Just
doing some tests tonight to make sure that, we
yeah,
have a plan of action and maybe understand a little bit more about the portal.
yeah, yeah.
But I'll report back, and tomorrow I'll let you get some sleep tonight.
okay. They appreciate it, and then they go back to sleep. Though you do hear like some like okay, putting away like the coffee cup noises and stuff like that, and then going back to bed.
All right. Um, yeah. So let's hit the music room. Pick up some string, and any other supplies that we can think of that might help us. Um, if we could, I mean, shit, I'd even say like just a long tube that we could just poke through the thing and look through the tube into the other realm. Who knows? I mean, um,
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna grab some supplies, and I need to speak to my parents, so I'll be right back. And Eddie zips away. Eddie transforms and zips away.
like you as you transform, you take off so fast that like everybody kind of like sways in that direction.
All right. So you
I,
talked. What do you mean? So you talked to your parents about like just staying out late or
Yeah,
something?
I want to let them know I'm with my friends and that I'll be back like before too long. And I was just gonna grab a few things. So,
Okay.
probably like some coax cable, um, maybe one of my base radios and like a mobile radio and a little battery. Something high tech and then just some string also.
well,
And
we'll
make
hit the
sure I grab
music
my
room.
spy glass.
Okay.
We'll hit the music room and grab um, maybe a guitar that's not in the best condition, so it's less likely people are going to care about it being gone. Um,
First they scare
I
away the
don't,
guards, then they steal the music equipment.
um, and then grab a couple of longer chords. I mean, I don't know if we could get some. If I don't know if guitar string comes on a long spool or if they
It
come
comes on. Yeah, it comes
individually.
on. Well, I mean, you can get both.
Okay, so I imagine a school would have a spool of it for because it would be cheaper. So I would grab uh a long length of off the spool, maybe like 15 feet just to be on the safe side. Um,
Yeah, I would say a public school probably would buy them in schools. I think they do come. You can get them in schools.
yeah, yeah, that makes more sense. Um, can you think of anything else that we might want to grab? Maybe, I don't know if you want to do like a
A
guitar and
telescope, or well, I
um,
guess we
I
have a spy
I
glass.
think yeah, I think that Eddie's bringing that. We could go by the shop and grab some um, like long pieces of wood and maybe a long pipe, so we could literally just like put a pipe through and see that way as well. Um, who knows? We might stick something through there and it might get chopped off. There might be
Or
a
the
trap.
horizon could mean that we would just be looking at the mirror. Also, that's a possibility.
Claire
Yeah, who
again,
knows?
Claire will say it's a great unknown, and just all sorts of things could happen. Who knows?
And I mean, we might just find out that sticking your head through is fine. Who knows? But
Yeah, no, exactly.
Eddie will also like pack a knife, just at the bottom of his bag, just in case,
I'm
like
gonna
one of
bring a
his
can.
his camping knives.
I'm gonna.
Mhm.
My house is poor, so I don't have shit, but I do have a candle. I'm gonna grab a candle.
Well, I don't think you're going home. We
Well,
can't
no,
zip home.
I mean,
Zip.
I think about by the time like
Yeah,
you
by the
guys
Oh
told
yeah,
me this,
just
I would have
somewhere in the
probably walked
school.
home. Right. So now I'm gonna bike to school right now.
Oh, okay,
with
right
his
on, right on.
candle in his
Yeah,
hand. Just kidding.
yeah,
Yes, in my backpack. I have a backpack
Okay, okay,
with all sorts of stuff that I'll tell you about
yeah,
later.
okay,
yeah.
good.
We're all just gonna converge
Is it like a
someplace.
Blades in the Dark situation? You're like, of course I had this.
Yeah,
Just if he does do like a lot of bullshitting, I will make him roll like luck to basically have it in his bag, and then if he fails, it'll be something worse.
well,
It's like,
he can always just he can always just we can just wish anything that we need, right,
yeah,
Amos?
between the
I
two of
love,
you, both of you have that
Yeah,
ability,
you both
so
have wish,
yeah,
so
I love that. I love that we both have that. Mine's better.
oh my
Um,
god.
well, because I have the you can do magic thing, so if it fails, I can always push the roll, and
So you're
and
taking
most.
so you're supposed to take damage when you fail,
Yep, yep, yep. I
but
think it's
then you're
like
gonna
three
take
points
more damage if you use that ability. So you're like
if
hurting the hell out of yourself to do that.
uh no, yeah. Well, I mean, no. So if I fail, I use the ability. I take 3 points of damage,
Right,
and most likely succeed the second roll.
right.
Obviously, if I don't, then you finally get to do something terrible.
So the normal
But anyway, that's
reaction, because Amos did it last time is if you fail that roll normally, you take damage.
Yeah, you take 2 points.
Yeah.
Although now that I think
really.
about it, I think I should. Well, I think I take only one because I think I have
Right.
reduced damage.
You had a reduced damage ability. But what I'm saying is, so what you're doing is if you fail, you take damage. If you want to
Oh,
re-roll,
oh,
you take
oh.
damage. That's what's hilarious about it. So you're
No,
just hurting yourself.
the thing is I've rolled that so many times,
Yeah.
and I don't think I've ever failed.
Again, we will. But no, 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 no. It's okay. No, no, no. It's fine. You don't take damage. For you, I have a little tracker.
Yeah,
You're gonna be a
yeah,
little bit different.
yeah. When I finally fail,
I'm not gonna
my
damage you, but
my skin my
it'll be
skin is all gonna fall off.
catastrophically bad. Anyway, I kind of like tracking yours the other way, where yours is based on a X factor that eventually you've just done too much. The universe calls that as a problem.
Yeah,
But anyway, yeah. So okay, everybody converges on the school, full of bags of various things from rooms that make or their houses or the music room at assorted places, and you converge on a men's bathroom in the school hallway with all this stuff, basically. All right. Who's leading the little experiment? Everybody's in the same place for once.
um, well, I mean, once Eddie gets back, we can, kind of start monkeying some stuff together. They have a pretty good mind for this kind of thing. Um, but if we get if
Eddie is
I get
real
to the
fast, so he'll be back
yeah
pretty quickly, like with the
if
stuff.
if I get to the bathroom, I the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the piece of pipe through the mirror and then look into it.
Okay.
See what I see.
So,
I'm just too anxious to like wait.
all right. You put the pipe into the mirror because because as soon as you get near the mirror, you feel like you and the mirror can interact because of some factor, probably something related to magic, and the mirror shimmers a bit, and you stick your pipe in there, and
Huh?
then now you're gonna roll physical.
Oh boy, that's terrifying. But I I increased my physical, so I no
Okay.
longer have a negative.
Sounds great.
Yep. Sounds great, but
Sounds
not
on
great.
paper like a no negative. That's good.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You, does that allow you to reroll anything, or does it just let you reroll like that to that set ability out of curiosity?
That the I can do magic.
Oh, that's just
Hold on a
magic
second.
related stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's the. Let me just
Yeah, no
nope,
problem.
that's shield. That's it's on the bed, buddy. Whenever you roll a 6 or less when using mystical.
Okay, you're not using mystical. You're literally
No, I'm.
holding on to a pipe. Okay.
Yep, yep. Come on, roll it. There we go. Oh, that's a 5.
Okay, so luckily this isn't terribly terrible because I think if it started pulling you really hard towards the mirror, you would let it go. I mean, that would
Hmm.
be the assumption, unless you really want
Yep.
to try to push that roll. Uh, you are basically holding on to the pipe, and it like starts to get pulled on, and then goes into the mirror. It's just like a whoosh thing, and it just disappears. And you see it clink, 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 clink on the other side. You can't hear the noise, but you could like visualize it as it hitting like the stone or whatever on
It
the other
gets it
side.
gets it gets pulled out of my hand.
Yep, it gets yanked.
Okay. All right. Well, that's noteworthy.
All right. Next up, radio. Throw a radio through. I
All
have it
right.
attached to as I have this like a handheld radio. My last one because I lost the other one. It broke.
Yeah.
Um, well,
I'll let you take the one I have.
so before we
Oh
do
yeah.
the radio, I want to do a more localized test, with a flashlight.
Yeah. Actually, I
So
was
we'll just
thinking
put
that
it,
too.
yeah, put
See
it
how
in
it.
and take it out and see if it burns out.
Okay, so you putting the flash? Are you putting your hand and the flashlight through the portal?
Uh,
I want you to know everyone's standing around, and he put a pipe in there, and then it did this shimmery effect, and then he went, it just like went through to the other
I
side.
was just thinking if maybe we could shine
I'm
it
I'm
the other side.
I think I would have brought tongues, of course, like cooking tongues,
Cooking tongs. Okay.
like to hold an
Sure.
object and put it through.
All right.
So I will take a flashlight and flash it, turn it on, and with the tongs put it through.
Okay, you turn
Like
the flashlight on. Hmm. Okay, so you put the flashlight on. You use your tongs to hold the flashlight. You start moving it towards the mirror. Two or three weird things happen at once. So the light does shine through to the other side.
Ooh. Sorry. No, I'm just excited
Yeah. I
because
know. I have to think about how this is phrased.
that's EM, which is the same as like radio, and means we could maybe talk over the radio.
You could. So there is light on the other side of that. Um, as you try to put the flashlight through the mirror, however, it does the wobbly thing. I assume you let loose with the tongs and just let it go, unless you wanna wrestle with it.
uh, I'll so it does the wobble and then
It starts
tries to
like
pull it in.
it tries to suck it in. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull it back.
Okay. Make a physical roll.
Yes, of course I could make a physical roll. Um,
All you guys are juggernauts, right? Like yeah.
I get a hold on.
If you roll
I
two
got
ones, it'll be hilarious. I'm not gonna lie.
no. I rolled a 4. I think I have physical at a -1 or 0. I would have to double check. But also I can't remember if I can roll physical with I'd be able to roll physical with emotional instead.
Can you have a one that lets you choose your emotional instead of physical?
Yes.
What ability is that? I'd like to know.
I would well, give me a second.
No, that's fine. I mean, we
Uh
got time. It's a dramatic
Shit.
moment.
I was actually starting to put in the descriptions of each skill into my thing the other time just because I feel like that's just a smart thing to do. Give me one second. Otherworldly defender. No, I don't think it's this one. Protect someone. Nope, that's not it. Sorry.
Okay.
Driven. Is it driven? No. Iron skill. It is maybe this one. Is it this one? Let's see. Your failures only make you stronger. When you fail a persona or emotion roll, that's not it. And then, uh, 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 is it? Uh, 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 maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't take that skill.
Okay, that's
It's
fine.
possible.
Um, okay. You didn't roll two ones though. You rolled what, like a four or
A
something total?
four. A
Four.
four.
Okay. So it's not an immediate like, oh my god, oops. Yeah, okay, so you were holding on to the tongs, and you see Amos being like, "Arr!" And he's getting like pulled towards the mirror. Now, any one of you guys, actually, sorry, not any one of you guys, anyone but Amos who has the lowest physical can roll, because we always do the lowest person in the room. So, so it's gonna either be one of you three.
Plus one.
I can. I have a 0.
Okay,
I
Dean.
probably have the lowest. I think Dean is a physical character. I think he had at least a plus 1.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
The lowest physical that isn't Amos.
Lowest physical. Let me just double check. Nothing.
Okay, so Dean is 0, Eddie is 1, right?
Yeah, 1 plus 1.
And then Derek is what?
0.
Okay, so either you or Dean, whatever is more dramatic for the moment, can pick to try to grab Amos as he's grabbing the tongs. Who wants to do it? You pick between the two of you guys.
What? I'm sorry. What is he doing?
So Amos is grabbing onto a flashlight with a pair of tongs, but he doesn't want to let it go. So he's holding on to the tongs. He's trying to wrestle it back, and then it's like someone grabs him so he doesn't go into the mirror. The question is, which of you wants
I'll
to be
grab
that
him.
guy?
I'll-
Okay,
oh,
Dean, that makes
I'll do-
sense.
Oh,
I,
well, I was gonna say I was gonna do it, but that's fine.
I feel like Dean is always the person that ends up being the guy that has to grab somebody. So I feel like Dean. That makes sense to me.
Dean transforms and then
Yeah.
grabs him.
Okay, so I want you. Well, hold on. Transformation takes an actual action, so that's not a good idea. You just have to grab him or not.
Oh, I just grab him.
Okay, roll physical, or else it's gonna be monkey's paw.
Okay, I failed.
You seriously did? What did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
I already rolled it and had rolled a 10.
Derek? I'm sorry, man. I know you already rolled it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Do you want me to accept that as the roll? If everybody's cool with
No,
that, I'll accept it as the roll.
No, it makes sense that he would have been the
Dean
one to
seems like
do
the
it.
one who always jumps in when this stuff happens, and so that's why it made sense to me thematically.
It's all right.
Okay, so now,
I'm just crying. That's all.
no, you know what the worst part is, right? You know what this means. If one person's failing and another person is failing on that roll, that means the force is probably stronger because it's pulling. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
I mean, can I just let go now?
okay. That is an option, though you guys will probably tumble dramatically backwards. So, as the tongs are about to disappear into the nothing, you can decide to let go of the tongs and just let it go.
I have a question. So
Sure.
we can see through the mirror to the other side.
Yes.
Okay. Can we tell if we can see the other way?
You don't know. There's no way
Because
you could tell because no one's on that side. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
But I'm saying
Unless
like
we had a mirror as well, another mirror.
You put a mirror through the mirror to look back the other.
Wait. Can I see if the light from the flashlight
Yes.
is flashing through the mirror and
It
back
was.
at us?
Yeah.
It wasn't not back at you, but out.
No, but out. But I'm saying the light that
Eddie
like,
might
can
have
we
to
see
make
it?
a roll for something else later. But yes, the
No,
light was not reflecting off of anything. It was just going out.
Right. But
Okay.
which way? If is the flashlight? I guess the flashlight is would be pointed like up something or out.
Out of the where it was into that space, basically.
Can I see the pipe? Like, okay, what I'm asking is the light that is shining from the flashlight.
Yeah.
Do I see any of the rays of light on the count, like anywhere in the room where we are, like as in like does that light reflect back at us in any way? And like I can see
No,
that it is.
it does not. It doesn't reflect in a way that's natural back towards you. It only goes forward.
Okay, so wait, light. I got confused now.
Yep.
I thought that we saw light come out of the mirror
You
when we.
did.
Yes.
Well, you didn't see it come out of the mirror. You saw light on the other side of the mirror. So what has happened is the light is flashing through the mirror and going outward, radiating outward into the space where the mirror is. So you're seeing that like someone's putting a light down basically like a hallway. So it's going out through the mirror. So there is light on the other side of the mirror,
But
but
we can. There's
but
light that's
it's
reflected
not
back.
right. There's not light. It's reflected off of a surface on the other side, not off a
But
mirror.
we can see it, so it
Yes.
had to have come back.
Yes, it reflected back off of a surface somehow, but it's
Oh,
not.
okay,
But it's
but
not
light
like
is getting through.
right. But it's not like your light is reflecting off the surface of the mirror. It's reflecting
No,
off
no,
the
no.
back
Yes,
of a
yeah, no,
wall
I get it.
somewhere.
There's something out there, and it's
I
coming back.
hmm.
Okay.
So yeah,
So
do you let go of the tongs? That's the real question.
so can I postulate my plan? My
If
ace
you
in my
postulate your plan too much more, you are going through that mirror. Basically, is what's going to happen because
well
you got to
that
let go of
I
those
get
tongs.
that. I get that. So I have a PowerPoint and I have a skill that I can immediately appear next to someone by spending one PowerPoint if I can see them.
Okay, what are you doing with
So
that?
I can go through the mirror and
You can
then
protect someone. I don't know if anyone's in danger.
No one's in
Or
danger over there. Yeah,
wait. Does it say they
yeah.
have to be in danger?
Basically, yeah. You're supposed to be using it as a protection skill.
Damn it. Uh, well, okay, yeah, I see. Ah, damn it. Okay, well, never mind. I'll just let go then.
Okay. You after like this slow motion of Amos thinking about various plans, it's about to cross the threshold of wherever that is, and he's like, "Nope," and he lets it go as both of you go tumbling backwards towards the wall.
All right.
I'm encouraged now. Hey, Derek, can I borrow that walkie?
Absolutely, yeah. There you go.
Great. And I take it and I take out this spool of coax
Hmm.
and I hook it up and I take out that little copper wire and I stick it in the slot as well. So I should do the same little trick where I short it out
Hmm.
Hmm.
and and I toss it through.
Okay.
I
You
guess you're not
toss.
just. I guess you're not just borrowing it, huh?
You never get it back.
Oh, we can probably pull it back through.
I'm just messing
We
with you.
all of us, if we all work together, I'm sure we can pull it
How
through.
much cable did you use?
About 100 foot
Okay.
cable.
Okay. So you put the thing through the mirror, like you just kind of lob it because you know it's going somewhere. So you just kind of
Yeah.
lob it into the mirror. And as I've described before, when Derek's pipe went through the mirror, it hit the ground and there was like a clunk 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 noise. But you couldn't hear it, but you could see in the distance the pipe kind of like hitting the ground. So you throw the walkie-talkie out there, and your cable starts to go because it's going a
Yep.
distance.
Yeah, I got it like under my arm and it's wrapped
Okay,
around.
you're
So
going
it's pulled up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like you see it kind of fall into the background.
Oh,
And so you've about 50 feet of that has went away.
wow, that's a lot. It's like half my cable here. So, on the other side, this coax, I have um a little like a little antenna attached, and I have my walkie set to the same frequency. So, do I hear anything? What do we hear?
Hmm. Okay. Roll the mystical roll right now for that
Oh
because
shoot,
this
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how this is such like a crapshoot in a way
All
that I
right.
have
Oh,
to really
actually, it was
think
not a
about it.
bad roll. It's not a bad roll. I have
Okay.
a -2 mystical,
Damn.
so that's what I'm starting with. But that's a 9.
Okay. Uh, what do you hear? You hear the sounds of like a cave system. You've been in caves before. This is like the second cave thing you've had to deal with. It sounds echoey. It sounds like there's like a whoosh of like air like escaping onto tunnels, going through other tunnels. You know what I mean? Like that's the noise you hear through your
Mm.
walkie-talkie. You do hear some weird static in the background, but you're right now you're ignoring that. You're just hearing the what's going on in that space.
Yeah.
You think you might
Okay.
have also, luckily the walkie-talkie survived, but you think it probably dropped about 40 or 50 feet onto like stone.
Oh, damn. Oh, geez. Sorry, Hugh.
Sorry, your walkie-talkie's kind of busted up.
Oh, it's Chip, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, chip.
We
no
don't know. We
chips.
Chip,
don't know
chip
whose it
lucky.
is.
Yeah. No, it's a chip on it.
It
Oh, it's a
probably did. It
Chip.
probably had like a
Yeah,
tag on the side that
you're
said
right. Oh,
Yeah.
something
sorry,
on it.
Chip.
Chip's precious walkie-talkie.
So okay, so yeah, Chip's walkie-talkie is now on the other side. Um, hmm. The weird thing is, you do get like it tries to like yank, but because it's this is kind of messed up because it is an even amount of weight distribution. I'm just trying to figure out how this functions, but basically it's like it's not attached to a person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a thing to another thing. Okay, for clarity's sake, it's not being constantly yanked to the other side. It is just stabilized at the moment.
Cool.
You're having your weird Stranger Things moment. That's what we're talking about here. Like if you've ever seen
Yeah.
that, where you like you have the line that runs out. Should it burn up? Maybe, but for the moment, it isn't.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to. Hey, could I have a hand here? I'm gonna try to take this back and see if we can pull it back.
Yeah, I mean, we'll at least get the cable back, if not maybe the
Okay,
walkie-talkie as well. But
you
yeah,
attempt.
I'll help.
Okay. Hmm.
I have a roll physical or.
Okay. This is just going to be, unfortunately, one of those things where you pull on the walkie-talkie and you cannot seem to physically retrieve it. However, something would come to mind where the mirror activates when there's a magical source around. So maybe someone with a magical skill might be able to force the thing back.
Hmm.
That's the idea is physically once it's through, it's kind of like you're just yanking on wherever that is, and that is not gonna. You can't just like grab it and like yank it back. But what you could do is maybe alter the space and then kind of like create a gap where you could pull it back through. You know what I
Could
mean?
could I use my new shield ability to press a tube of shield in around the cable so that it would kind of like push the magic of the walk of the
Yeah, that's
mirror back,
sure.
and we
Okay,
could
so
then pull it through.
you're basically trying to create a gap by creating a shield around the cable.
Yeah.
That's just basically like everything that involving the scene. So basically, just another magic roll.
Okay.
I have an idea.
I
Oh, go ahead.
What do you got? What do you got?
I could send a swarm of flies through the mirror, and I can see through their eyes, perhaps.
That isn't
Ooh, that's a good
actually
idea.
terrible, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
poor flies. I'll make my magic roll
all right.
for the shield, and then yeah, that's actually not a bad idea, honestly.
Okay. So you
I
you
rolled a 7, but that's a 9.
okay. It seems like if there's any kind of buffer, then you can kind of yank the cord back. But if you tried to physically just grab it and like yank it, it wasn't going to come back.
Hmm.
It's like a sort of tension between wherever that is and where you are.
So we get the cable back, or we get a cable and chip
You
walkie-talkie.
can get it back with some finagling. You can get the
Mhm.
walkie-talkie and cable back.
Yeah, I have a question. If
Yep.
I decided to wish Chip's walkie-talkie back to him, would you allow that?
Hmm. I would do it at a penalty because knowing where that is.
Sure, sure. Not that I'm going to. Maybe I will, but so that would just like further screw with him.
Theoretically, is it objects only, or can you do people out of curiosity?
I don't have that in front of me. I'm in another room right
No,
now.
that's fine.
But
I'll look it up
it
later
is
because
it is is
I can look at. I actually have it open here.
yeah.
I was
It's
just
I
looking it
know
up.
it's
I'm just making
object.
sure you can't like, okay, one guy jumps through the mirror and then you're like, okay, I really need him back on the other side. You
I'm
know?
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is only objects.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, no,
see.
I wasn't thinking about pulling chip through.
Yeah,
I
no.
was just I
Small
was just
common item that can fit in
yeah.
your hand from somewhere, and you're not sure where it came from.
Mhm.
Open and shut door or window that is unlocked. Unlock a simple mechanical lock. Lift or move an object weighing 5 pounds or less. Cause a general light in the area to brighten or dim for a minute. Increase or decrease the sound of your voice.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, all right, yeah. You could try and wish an object back that falls within the size category. That's fine, though it'll probably
Mhm.
be at a penalty due to
No, that's
various reasons.
just a thought that for some reason ran through my mind and
Okay.
wanted to ask it. Not going to do that right now. Just um, comical comical reasons. Um, yeah, so I assume we get the cable and the walkie-talkie back, but I'm gonna yeah, Dean, that's actually that's a pretty good idea. If you could send the flies through, let's see what happens. I mean,
So yeah, I guess
you know,
there's a few things that we know so far. We know that light can get through it,
hmm
the portal. And that includes also radio waves. We know that it's some sort of cave system, and
hmm
that it's fairly deep in the other side. So if we went through, we might have to like rappel.
We also know that anything that passes through gets yanked through, so we definitely would want to be prepared for getting pulled in. We may
Yes, it may
that
be difficult to leave.
I mean it doesn't look like it is, but maybe there's some kind of like a gravity well, or maybe the cave is just at an angle or something like that. I don't know. Um,
Here's a thought. Is the sole purpose of going through this, experimenting to get through this, to discover if this kid is still alive?
We want to make sure that we can save him without, being in trouble ourselves, or him
yeah,
or her. Actually, do we
Who-
know?
We know it's a male.
this is
We know
Matthew, right?
yeah, Matthew. Over there's Matthew.
Um,
So here's
we
the thing. If
also
I
we
send
also
if
want
I
to
send
know.
a swarm of flies through, maybe we can get a picture of what this kid looks like.
Jonathan. Jonathan was his
Oh,
name.
Jonathan. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Was.
I could show maybe a picture of
Through and
Jonathan
through.
to the flies and instruct them to find him. And if I can see through their eyes, maybe they can locate him and see if he's still alive.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely. What's the range on that? Is it like can they go pretty far,
I
or
don't know.
if they get into the alternate reality, you
If
may lose control of them.
if
Uh,
if that's the case, I may not be able to see through their eyes.
well, again, it's another piece of information that allows us to
Do you
know
have
things
a
about.
sorry, do you have a page number for the swarm ability?
Yeah, I can give it to you in a second.
Okay. When you get the chance.
And I ask
No,
that because my telepathic ability says that as long as a person is on Earth, I can maintain contact with them.
page 44.
Page 44. Okay. Call forth the swarm. It has that much health. It does need to be near you to be controlled. Okay. Simple tasks. Swarmingly as you watch through its eyes, through its end. Complete one extra task as a hard choice. Familiar tracks danger. We kind of already knew that. Okay. No, there is nothing in the book that says there is a range on that. So you are lucky. You
hmm
can just summon a swarm of bugs and have the bugs go through the portal or the mirror.
Okay.
So,
Do we have
uh,
a picture of what? Can we find a picture of what this kid looks like, or
hey,
guys? Do you think I
Amos
should
might be
I?
able to have something on him because he was actually at the police department. So if he might have the photo or whatever on his person.
Who might?
Amos, because he was the only
Oh,
one who
okay.
went to the police station, so he would have like a photo or something on him. I would assume.
Well, I guess I don't know what police reports look like, to be honest, but sure.
I mean,
Let's say I do.
You were getting paper. Well, you said you were getting stuff for a school newspaper article, so you have all the like the kind of like the okay. Here's a photo of the person, and here's the you know what I mean like
I guess if you were gonna file a missing persons report, you would bring a photo.
Yeah,
So
right.
like,
there'd probably be a couple of photos too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that
Yeah.
makes sense. I was like, because they didn't really take it seriously, so I wasn't sure like how much they would have
No, they
had.
still
But
would they
yeah,
still would have looked
yes,
into
they
it, but
still would have. They had the photo, yeah, because that makes sense for a missing persons report.
even if it's a runaway, they still have to have information on it. So
Right.
that's fine. You give the photo probably to Dean. Dean's gonna summon some flies. Hopefully he won't fail his roll on magic with this, and we will be on our way. When Dean wants to do a magic roll. Uh-oh, did you fall asleep? Okay. Dean?
Dean,
Uh-oh.
Dean, this is God.
Dean just standing there staring into the abyss, into the mirror.
Dean.
Oh, lost connection here.
Oh, did he?
Maybe I lost connection at least.
Hold on. I still see him in the participant section.
Yeah,
Let me check.
Dean, you're muted. You're
I'm
yelling at
sorry. I
someone.
didn't realize I was mute.
Ah,
I was talking
Mhm.
to you, and I'm sorry, guys. It didn't it didn't I didn't feel the way I summoned the flies last time. I think I failed.
did you fail your roll for summoning the
I I,
flies?
I failed by I rolled a five.
Okay, let me think about how this all functions. All right.
I can keep trying.
You could, but let me think about how this. Okay, so you stand there.
I'm just saying that to everybody because you feel he because when he successfully summoned them the last time, he felt a certain way, and this time he's not feeling it. So
Right.
he knows he failed, so he's just apologizing to the group.
Okay. In this case, nothing apparent happens. So you can try again, but it'll be at a -1.
All right, well, I guys, I'm gonna try again. I mean, what other choice do I have, right?
I mean, um, yeah. I mean, if it goes badly, we may get attacked by a swarm of flies. I could also summon a minion and send a minion through. Um,
Well, you have to summon the last. Well, they're around. They're just gonna take a little bit to get here.
but I can summon any minion. I mean, unless now
Yeah, we
I'm
have
kind of
time,
married
Dean.
to the I'm married to the idea of the one minion. I do like the one minion, but
Okay.
um, yeah, do the flies. That's fine. Yeah,
No, no. All right. Well,
flies will
I'll
be
tell
fine.
you. I'll tell you what. You're busy like kind of conjuring a minion in the background. So Dean can try again, and then we'll do your role for building the minion, basically summoning the minion.
Yeah, I mean, it would just be like I'm sure there are like dead rats in the
Oh
walls.
yeah,
Or
I'm sure there's
just
something. Yeah.
it doesn't have to, again, it doesn't have to be that minion.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I'm definitely gonna bring that one back soon. But yeah, so
Hey, Dean, um, Derek,
everybody,
if I die, please don't summon me.
I
Please
I put
don't
my
summon me
I
back.
I put my hand on your shoulder and go, can't make that promise, buddy. And I look you dead.
Great,
I look
thanks.
you, I look you dead in the
uh, Dean, recalling the incident the other night at the high school fight with the fight, and he suddenly feels the intense fear of Derek again, and he kind of steps back away from him.
Okay. Did you
I
want
would
to roll
love
for the
that.
swarm again, or are you not
Yeah,
gonna?
I'm
Okay.
gonna roll right now. -1, you said.
Yeah, I won't let you do it a third time. Basically, you're trying to like, oh, it's just not working. All right, let me try again. And then like, if you fail this time, obviously, I'm not gonna give you -2. I'm just gonna be like, no, you can't. It just happens to be
Yeah,
that your flies are not summoning for some reason.
I get it. Here we go. a -1. I rolled a 5, so a 4.
Okay, so
Oh
here is
man.
what happens. Every so the first thing that happened when you try to summon the flies is you didn't feel anything apparent. Nothing exploded. Nothing. Nobody ran around a corner with a fly. Nothing bad in the universe felt like it happened. But the second time you failed, you are in front of the mirror and you're summoning the bugs, and you're gonna have to make a physical roll.
Okay.
Can I say that
Yeah.
because he's already failed the first time, Derek is going to step back. Now I'm doing it. We're both
Okay.
doing it to each other.
So you're
I'm going to step
feeling
back and
nervous.
I'm going to put up a shield in front of the rest of us so that if anything happens,
I mean,
it'll
you.
just
The thing
happen to
is,
Dean. And in
what
the back of my mind,
do
I'm
you equate
kind of
his failure with something immediately bad going to happen, right? That's really what it comes down to.
well. I mean, I've been living under that fear for a while now in my own reality.
Sure.
Um,
Well,
so hey, I haven't put up a shield, but I'm just kind of ready to put up something just
okay.
to be on the safe side.
Sure. Well,
And
that's
also
you're getting ready to do a thing. Yeah.
in the back of my mind, now I'm kind of hoping that Dean dies so that I can raise him from the dead.
Uh,
He can be my minion.
getting back to the point. Did
Well,
Dean?
here's an idea. Look, if I just go through the portal and die, you can summon me back.
I didn't say that out loud.
So
Oh,
so
sorry, I thought you
okay.
did.
Did you roll your physical roll, Dean?
Uh, yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay. Then you avoid what happens next. So he's not going to immediately be dead or something. A huge blast of basically snowy ice and other shit comes flying out of the mirror and like shoots in basically out towards you guys. Dean like rolls out of the way. Derek, you can make that roll for shield, I guess. If you because you were like, I don't know what he's gonna do next, but it could be dangerous.
No, again, I don't.
Oh,
My son is sleeping. So I can go back into my room um and look up the information. Sorry. Yeah.
Good night.
And that is, let me see if I how I do. That's a 5. Let me find out what if I have plus on that or what that can go on with that. Hopefully that's a mystical. If it's a mystical, then I'm fine. Um, Shield. Create a shield. Oh, there's no roll on it. It says I
oh,
create a shield.
okay.
You gain a +1 to all protect someone rolls. Yeah, it's just an automatic.
Okay, but it doesn't give you like damage reduction or something.
Well, if I want to, if I I can create a shield um if anyone else is gonna if people are gonna get hurt, then I get a plus
Gotcha.
one to the protect roll.
Okay.
Which
Then basically anybody who's in front of the mirror, which is pretty much everybody, will have to also roll physical rolls as they have to get out of the way of whatever's happening there.
Cool. Okay. That's an 11.
Okay, you dodge dramatically and get out of the way.
Sweet.
uh, Derek was putting up a shield, but I still assume that he can kind of like try to get out of the way of the blast. Same with Amos.
first I'm gonna do the protect roll
Okay.
because I already have that up. Ooh, I rolled a nat 12
Okay.
plus I
PowerPoint.
get
That you're gonna
yep
get to use for 15 minutes.
plus um plus I have the +1 from Persona, and so it's a 14.
Okay.
So I feel like um uh that means I'd be able to. I should actually have the gear. I get to hold 2, uh, redirect the attack to yourself, have the damage, half the damage of the attack. I mean, this is an attack, but it's not really. I don't know. This would kind of be like an attack from the other plane in a sense. I
Yeah.
don't know how you want to. Put the attack in a put the attacker in a bad position. Um, Deal damage back to the attacker equal to the physical. So, um, if any damage that gets done, I would say would get halved, and then um, I will also do the physical um, to get out of the way as well,
Okay.
which is only a 4, so
Okay,
I
you're
don't
gonna get hit.
probably get,
What do you
but
get for
I'll just
damage reduction?
Uh,
yeah.
so okay, so the blast, right? Who's getting who's like
Anyone?
closest to it?
Well, obviously Dean was closest because he was the one trying to summon in front of it, but pretty much everybody was kind of in the bathroom around that area. It's like a wave
Uh
of snow and ice and shit just came flying out at you.
So I don't know.
so who doesn't have protection?
Well, so because I get to hold two, I would direct all of the energy to myself, and then I also get to half it. So I'm the only one
Wait,
who's going to
what?
be taking because of
Ow.
my because I'm rolling protect someone, and I did the shield, so I have the ability. So because I rolled so high, I get to use two of the abilities under protect someone. The first one is direct the attack just to myself, and the second one is half the damage.
Okay.
Ah.
So are you
Well,
directing the attack to yourself, or how would you?
All of the so as it comes out,
no,
I basically
but you can only redirect it from one person. No,
nope,
it says defense of a person. Well, I guess a little
yeah,
location, but like what?
He's
yeah, a
basically
location.
the only way I could say is he's defending the basically the bathroom slash the people that are in it. So what he has done is he's interceded. He saw the snow coming out at them. They dodge out of the way, and Derek basically runs up in front of the mirror. That's
I'm
Well,
gonna,
like
I'm
the
gonna,
way I'm seeing it, the way I'm seeing it is, I already kind of had a feeling that I was being prepared for something to
yeah.
go wrong. When it went wrong, I created a shield that basically made it into a cone. So in front of the mirror, but the cone was pointed directly at me, and so it hits me.
right. I'm gonna go and try to protect Derek.
Go ahead.
Right. So, I got a 9 plus mine. I think it's like -1 because my personality is great. My persona, yes, -1, so it's an 8.
Okay, so
Boom. And then always get a +1 hold for protecting someone.
yeah.
So
So that means
you could actually half the damage again. So
So
anything
I
that actually
get
comes through is only a quarter.
So now I
God.
get I have 2 holds, right? Because I 1 plus 1. I get 1 through the roll and then always +1. Great.
You do
And so I'm
okay.
gonna
Damage is going to be nullified to 0 because we don't have fractional damage in Glitter Hearts. Okay, it's going to be 0. But go ahead.
Okay, but by so I have the damage and redirect it to myself, and then I also take -1 damage. Always take -1 damage.
Okay, so let me
Yay!
play out this whole seed. A blast of snow comes through the mirror. Dean gets out of the way. Eddie gets out of the way. They basically go left and right. Derek comes up from the back and gets in the way. And then Amos gets in the way of Derek. And a snowy blast basically comes off of the shield. And it's just a funny scene, first of all. It's the two of them like
Well,
standing, like up one in front of the other. Like they kind of like just gonna juggle, they switch, right?
No,
if any,
isn't
if
Claire with us as well?
Claire, I'm waiting because when I do NPCs, they're not in Damage's way. They're probably
Okay,
outside
that no,
watching the door.
that's fine. Okay, all right. Anyway,
if anything, I would imagine that that it rolls off as beads off my iron skin.
Yeah.
Just yep.
Okay. So the damage is effectively 0 because you guys are doing a little dance in front of the mirror and everyone else kind of rolled away. Um, at that point, and this is a good place actually. You are looking. You've assumed now that it is a 50-foot drop from where the mirror is. Okay, so you are looking down on this basically this cave area, right? And
So
into
in a sense, the mirror is on like the ceiling of the cave.
like probably on a ledge of somewhere
Hmm.
in that
Hmm.
cave system.
Hmm.
And as you guys are like kind of like pushing snow off yourselves, no damage, but a large ice monstrous thing starts wandering into the frame like from the top view. And you just see like just this giant ice, basically ice monster. Like it's just kind of like a titan. Just you can't hear the noises, but you can see, and it's like looking around, like it's
Hmm.
moving its head around, and it like looks up kind of a bit at where you guys are. It's you could swear it can't doesn't seem to make eye contact with you because if you were looking at it and it was looking at you, it would like you could make like physical eye, you would tell each other's reactions, right?
Hmm.
It just looks kind of up into the space where you are.
And and Derek says, when we kill that thing, it's gonna be my new minion.
I'm guessing that it can't see us.
It it doesn't seem like it can see you, but it definitely senses that you're around.
Well, I mean, we've also been throwing shit through its
Yeah,
into
people
its
have been
home.
knocking.
So
So here's the thing. You guys were throwing stuff down there, making noise, and then Dean failed his roll. So I basically had it as the creature hears random noises and then like just all sorts of like little alerts to it and goes, okay, well, wander over, look and see what it is. And yeah, then it just did a blast attack, I think, into your bathroom.
oh, um, I, unless you want me to wait till next time to do this, would I have the ability to summon like a little dead rat minion and send that through, or do you want to just
No, no,
wait?
you can do that. That's not an ability you have to roll on, is it? Or is it one that just happens?
Again, I like passive ability, so yeah, it's a passive ability.
Okay.
You can summon forth an undead minion
Sure.
to fight with you.
It's
So
more
yeah.
disturbing that it like out of like kind of crawling out of one of the walls, the
Hmm.
bones of a little rat comes together, right?
Hmm.
And you like
Hmm.
call it over to you and it like scuttles across the floor.
Hmm. And I pick it up and it's sitting on my hand and I'm giving it little scritches behind where its ears should be, and then I'm like pretending to feed it some food and scritching at its where its nose is supposed to be, and then I put it up against the mirror and it jumps onto the like it perches onto like the that
By the way,
portal of the
the
mirror.
the rat had a human-like skull. Does that bother you at all? I mean, it probably doesn't, but I figured I would
No,
like.
no, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay,
No,
okay, gotcha.
no, I'm just loving on my new little, and
New
it's got
little
like, doesn't it also
undead
have
rat king.
like human
Oh, you little human
like hands?
front hands. Yeah, of
Yep,
course.
yeah. So it's like holding on, so it like jumps onto like the portal, and then it kind of like finds its way, it's kind of like scurry down the wall and like and in, and it starts like going away, and then I kind of think and say out loud, I don't have the ability to see through its eyes. I don't I don't even know if I can communicate with it.
You just kind of chucked it in there and hope for the best. Is what you just
Yeah,
did.
yeah, you know.
Okay.
But
And yeah, pretty much the last thing you guys see as we kind of like pan out from the shot is just this. The best way to describe it is like I said, a titan, a very large creature, like probably 10, 15, somewhere in the large range, right? Like 12 to 15 feet tall. Big, made of like blocks of like ice, like a chiseled statue with like
hmm,
glowing red eyes and like a big, like if you know what like an ice titan looks like, it's pretty much an ice titan, like
hmm.
with like
Like an
bluish
ice
skin.
like an ice
Yeah.
elemental.
Right, just sort of like
I really hope that's not 0004.
well,
Mm,
could be, it could not be, but
Find out next time.
find out next time. Yep. Hope you guys had a great
mm.
game.
Yeah, this is actually a lot of fun.